with Kohberger's admission.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Given your choices, do you believe it's in your best interest to plead guilty?
Yes.
Kohberger is serving 4 consecutive life sentences, the judge setting a new hearing for June 17, 2027. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
More than 2,000 humanoid robots are running, playing table tennis, kicking soccer balls around at the ongoing World Humanoid Robot Games in Beijing, China. They're trying to highlight China's rapid advances amid a tech race with the United States currently. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com. 64 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 7:02. Meteorologist Rob Gilman says warming up today. You're looking at a high of 82, mostly sunny skies. News this hour brought to you by South Shore Gutter Monkeys. Experience exceptional care for your home with professional gutter cleaning, repair, and installation services. Contact South Shore Gutter Monkeys for a free estimate today. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening. Dr. Gregory Sadoff, a professor of emergency medicine and a forensic psychiatrist and rebuttal witness for the prosecution, was back on the stand yesterday for the Lindsay Clancy murder trial.
Did you form an opinion to a reasonable degree of medical certainty as to whether or not Lindsay Clancy on January 24th, 2023 could appreciate the difference between right and wrong?
Yes.
And what was that opinion?
My opinion is that she did have the capacity to appreciate right from wrong.
And what do you base that on?
Well, on a number of things. Ms. Clancy had just met with her psychiatrist, Dr. Tufts, the day before. And in that discussion with Dr. Tufts, as documented, she denied suicidal ideation, and she also denied thoughts of harm to others. And also there was an ongoing conversation regarding future possible treatments, esketamine or TMS, which I spoke about yesterday, that could be employed to help her.
During cross-examination, defense attorney Kevin Reddington asked him about her previous attempts to get treatment.
But why would she call Aspire again if they wouldn't help her the first time? In your opinion as a psychiatrist? Looking for help?
Continuing to seek help.
And yet again, she didn't get any, did she?
That's my understanding.
To a reasonable degree of psychiatric certainty with treating the patients to the extent that you've told this jury that you have, what kind of a devastating effect would that have on a person who's ready to kill themselves that's called Aspire hotline twice and has been turned away?
Objection.
Overruled.
It could have a very serious effect.
The Duxbury mother currently on trial for the strangling deaths of her 3 young children in January of 2023. While she admits to the killings, her defense argues she is not criminally responsible due to severe postpartum psychosis. Testimony wrapping up yesterday. Closing arguments expected today.
I'm Bobby Downspout of the South Shore Gutter Monkeys, and today we recognize another everyday American hero, the South Shore Gutter Monkey Gutter Installation Team.
No I in team.
Covering the entire South Shore, these defenders of drainage will remove your old gutters and scrape and paint the fascia board so the surface is South Shore Gutter Monkey approved.
We're talking smooth.
Replacing damaged trim is no problem for these woodworking primates. And with the gutter installation truck right on the premises, these aerial artisans of extruded aluminum will custom build and install your new gutters, with every member of the team actually using a level for proper pitch. And with the benefit of battery-operated tools and the use of the opposable thumb, these prehensiled primates of the sky will install your new gutters behind the drip edge and double seal your end caps and miters for a lifelong watertight seal.
Yowza!
To see a live performance at your home, call the South Shore Gutter Monkeys at 508-477-9100.
Now write that number down.
Or visit SouthShoreGutterMonkeys.com.
Take it, Johnny.
No monkeys were harmed in the making of this commercial.
7:05 on 95.9 News Now, sponsored by Stewart Painting. Every job done right and on time. Receive a virtual quote within 24 hours. Now hiring. Apply online at stewartpaint.com. A Bridgewater couple is facing charges. They were paid over $267,000 in state and federal benefits they were not eligible to receive. 32 42-year-old Rachel Caddis and 34-year-old Brian Ferreira, arraigned in Brockton Superior Court on several charges of theft and fraud. Plymouth County District Attorney Tim Cruz says the charges against the couple stem from an investigation by several agencies about their scheme to receive benefits from Social Security, Mass Health, SNAP, the state supplemental program, and rental assistance for families in transition. Authorities say Caddis posed as an unwed mother living alone with her children and not receiving money from Ferreira. Investigators say they actually lived together with their 4 children and received a decent income and had employer-provided health benefits. Now, authorities say that Caddis allegedly forged their lease to remove any mention of Ferreira, gave false sworn testimony about Ferreira's absence from the home, and made numerous false written statements about their resources, living arrangements, marital status, and family composition to dupe others into believing they qualified for needs-based benefits. Now, authorities also say the couple indicted last year on another criminal case. Investigators say they started a GoFundMe for a homeless man, but did not give him the over $18,000 that was raised. Mark Townsend of Carver making a run for a state rep seat. Townsend, a current select board member, running in the Republican primary in the 2nd Plymouth District against current rep John Gasky. Townsend says there are several issues that need to be addressed at the state level, including affordability and issues that should be decided at the local level.
I don't believe that Boston should tell the different towns what they should be doing for people. I think we need to provide the funding so that those towns make the decisions on what benefits them. What benefits a senior in Wareham may not be what a senior in Carver needs. So I think we need to provide the funds to the towns to let them make those decisions.
2nd Plymouth District is Carver, Wareham, and 3 precincts in Middleborough. The entire interview with Mark Townsend on our website, 959watd.com.
What was your experience like the last time you had your home painted? Hi, I'm Sheldon Stewart of Stewart Painting. For more than 3 decades, we have provided our customers with a wonderful, unique experience. You'll notice this from the moment you call and speak to a friendly, real person. Stewart Painting estimators come out and give you a free estimate that will be in your inbox before they leave the driveway. Upon acceptance, a detailed package will be emailed to you, including start dates for both washing and painting. Stewart Painting will also assign a crew leader to manage your project from start to finish. Upon completion, a final walkthrough confirms your satisfaction, and we offer a 2-year guarantee. At Stewart Painting, we have our own in-house washing, carpentry, and painting divisions, and all employees are background checked. Experience the difference. Visit stewartpaint.com or visit our offices in Hingham and Hyannis. Stewart Painting. Expect the best.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
Good morning. It is 7:09, and we have a crash in the breakdown lane, 95 north. It was moved out of the left lane. It's near 140 in Foxborough. Expect delays there. 24 northbound, we have some slowdowns from Harrison Boulevard in Avon up towards 139. 128 northbound, getting reports of a crash near East Street in Westwood. Closer to home, Route 3 on the northbound side looks pretty good. We've got that still summer lighter volume on Route 3 from Plymouth up to Braintree. Southbound side, just a little slowdown approaching the Sagamore. 25 east, brake lights getting onto the Bourne Bridge. And the expressway northbound is sluggish from Adams Street up towards Andrews Square. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
On the mild side this morning, we'll see clouds giving way to sun at times today. It'll turn very warm to hot, a high of 82. There'll be a breeze, though a lot of humidity moving in, especially later tonight, a low 68. A fair sky. Tomorrow, with the humidity, clouds, a few sunny breaks. There'll be a shower or a thunderstorm around, especially later in the day in the low 80s. Saturday, beautiful. What a nice way to bring in the last weekend of August with plenty of bright sunshine, low humidity, a high 78. Sunday, sun mixing with a few clouds, a high of 83. And then turning a little more showery with a backdoor cold front, dropping the temperatures early next week. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
And right now we're looking at 64 degrees outside our South Shore studio, 7-Eleven. That's local news. I'm Christine James, sending it back to Rob Hakala right here on 95.9 WATD.
Thank you, Christine. 7 o'clock hour, the South Shore's Morning News. 95.9 FM, WATD, everywhere on the radio, on the Audacy app. You can also watch the show, WATD Radio on YouTube. We got that fired up. You can watch live or later, WATD Radio on YouTube. Great to have you here. Coming up a little bit later on in the half hour, we'll get to the morning sports. Also on the way, our digital pro, Kim Commando. Then a preview as to what's coming up this weekend in Plymouth County. Our See Plymouth report with Keiko Oral at 7:40. Just a reminder, hope you can join us, and I want to let people know that tomorrow is the day we will be at the Pilgrim Hall Museum, and I hope you can come on down and see us. We're going to have a great day, our annual broadcast at Pilgrim Hall Museum, 75 Court Street. We will be on the front steps of the museum broadcasting for 4 hours from 6 to 10. So come on by. If you could come on by and hang out or say hello, we'd love to see you. If you're driving by, give us a toot salute. Or if you're walking or running by, feel free to wave. We'd love to see you tomorrow. Coming up tomorrow, we will have conversations with Dr. Donna Curtin, the executive director, and Peter Brown, president of Pilgrim Hall Museum. We'll also talk more about tourism. I believe Keiko Oral and Tim Cahill are going to join us for that tomorrow at 6:40. Name That Tune on site with Stephen Kurdianis at 7-Eleven. We'll play Name That Tune. 7:40, we'll talk about the vibrant cultural community in Plymouth with Kim Corbin from the Plymouth Center for the Arts and Bob Hollis from the Spire. That'll be at 7:40. 8:10, our local delegation segment. We'll have State Representatives Kathy Lenatra and Michelle Badger at 8:10. 8:40, we're going to talk about the Sparrowhawk Shipwreck Research Project. Then at 9:10, we'll have the former State Senate President Terry Murray and current State Senator Dylan Fernandez on at 9:10. We'll also talk about the Irish Heritage Trail and a nod to Rev 250 with the Plymouth Antiquarian Society and Dr. Patrick Brown and Tom Begley, the executive director of Plymouth Patuxent Museums. And then we'll wrap it all up at 9:55 with Donna Curtin and Jay Dunn of the new Plymouth Guard. So lots coming up. You can get the details up on our website, 959WATD.com, and click on the live broadcast at the Pilgrim Hall Museum. We'd love to see you. Text line is open if you want to comment on anything or something you want to pass along this morning. Feel free to do that. 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900. Well, today is the day, if you can believe, closing arguments are set to begin. I know some of you have watched this intensely, probably have tried to get updates every day. Others, I know, have wanted to avoid the details of the Lindsay Clancy murder trial. This is the Duxbury mom accused of strangling her 3 young children in 2023. Clancy has pleaded not guilty by reason of, again, not being mentally capable and having that criminal responsibility. Her lawyers arguing she was experiencing postpartum psychosis when she killed the 3 kids. Prosecutors say it wasn't exactly like that, and there was some planning involved. There was some thought put into the killings, and understood her actions were wrong. And I imagine many people will have opinions. It will be the opinion of the jury, though, that matters. Closing arguments are set for today at 9 a.m. in Plymouth Superior Court. When court resumes, the prosecution and the defense will have, I believe, about an hour to make their final case before the jury receives instructions and begins deliberating. 1 month of testimony now comes down to closing arguments. And so the defense will go first, I believe, arguing that Clancy should not be held criminally responsible. Many people have said Attorney Kevin Reddington has been going nonstop. Absolutely. He works for her. That's his client. And so everything, his style, certainly the way he does it, the way he frames questions, the way he may casually make note of people, or at least in his opinion, their inexperience in certain areas. Everything he says is meticulous and planned. That's certainly true. There is a style about it. Prosecutors, though, they are also at a style expected to hammer a much different picture, relying in part on the testimony of some of their experts. All right, let's hear a little bit more outside Plymouth Court. I think there's some audio from Fox News live from this morning. Let's listen. This is Nate Foy outside in Plymouth.
Closing arguments set to begin shortly after 9 a.m. Lindsay Clancy's defense lawyer, Kevin Reddington, explained while walking out of court yesterday what he hopes to accomplish and communicate with the jury today.
All right, let's listen to that.
Listen.
Well, I hope to convey that I truly, care and love. I love her. She's just such a marvelous, sweet, innocent person.
Sweet, innocent person. Those are the words. That's from the defense attorney.
She's just amazing and so strong.
But the prosecution is expected to convey that Clancy knew what she was doing when she strangled and killed her 3 young children. The prosecution's final witness, forensic psychiatrist Dr. Gregory Sothoff, testified that he believes Clancy is criminally responsible. He identified perceived inconsistencies in her story. Sothoff also testified the way she described her hallucinations was unusual and that Clancy maintained control of her actions while killing her kids.
Did the defendant tell you if the voice told her where to kill the children?
No.
Did the voice tell her how to kill the children?
No. It was important in order to carry this out, as well as her suicide, to do this quickly, methodically, and the like.
So here is how the closing arguments will work this morning. The judge allotted 1 hour per side. The defense will go first. Reddington said he only needs half of the allotted time. He'll be done in roughly 30 minutes. After that, the prosecution will follow. They are expected to take the full hour. So after closing arguments, the judge will give his jury instructions. We're particularly watching for an instruction on a possible manslaughter charge. Then the jury will begin deliberating, ultimately asking the question, should Clancy be held criminally responsible, or was she insane and unaware of what she was doing when she killed her kids?
All right, that's some audio there. 95.9 WATD, that is from Fox News outside the courthouse in Plymouth. All right, more on that as we go through the day on 95.9 WATD. Time now is 7:19. Let's get back out to the morning drive, see what's going on the highways out here. Traffic and weather. We update it every 10 minutes on the 9s. And heading up the expressway northbound, busy from Adams Street up towards Southampton Street. 93 south, a crash in the breakdown lane before Route 28 in Randolph. 128 northbound is sluggish. 95 in Canton to 109. In Dedham, looks like the crash at East Street is gone. Route 3 on the northbound side. Some slowdowns as you make your way up into Braintree, but really not too bad right now. Southbound is slow at the Sagamore approach. 25 east is slow on the approach to the Bourne. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. Let's get the details. And our chief meteorologist, Rob Gilman, with the South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather, sponsored by the Life Care Center of the South Shore. They are looking to hire full-time, part-time, and per diem nurses and nursing assistants for all shifts. Contact them directly or visit lifecarecareers.com. lifecarecareers.com.
On the mild side this morning, we'll see clouds giving way to sun at times today. It'll turn very warm to hot, a high of 82. There'll be a breeze, though a lot of humidity moving in, especially later tonight, a low 68, a fair sky. Tomorrow, with the humidity, clouds, a few sunny breaks. There'll be a shower or a thunderstorm around, especially later in the day in the low 80s. Saturday, beautiful. What a nice way to bring in the last weekend of August with plenty of bright sunshine, low humidity, a high 78. Sunday, sun mixing with a few clouds, a high of 83. And then turning a little more showery with a backdoor cold front, dropping the temperatures early next week. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Thanks, Rob. And right now, outside our studio, we are at 65 degrees in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD. Sports next.
Hi, I'm Beth Burke, Director of Admissions and Marketing at Life Care Center of the South Shore.
And I'm Sam Corey, Executive Director of Life Care Center of the South Shore. Choosing a nursing home for short-term rehab or long-term care is serious business. You want a place whose focus is on great care, exceptional rehab, and a clean, home-like environment. We will do whatever it takes to not only meet, but exceed those expectations.
We have new clinicians dedicated to education and oversight and caring staff that continue to give 100% to provide the best care for short-term rehab and long-term care. There's a reason that U.S. News & World Report has rated us in the top 13% of nursing homes in the country. We're putting the care back in healthcare.
If you or a loved one is in need of post-acute rehab, or if it is time to explore options for long-term care, call us at 781-545-1370. That's 781-545-1370. Life Care Center of the South Shore, doing whatever it takes and then some.
7:22, time now for WATD Sports. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala, and our sports report is sponsored by Cabillion's Car Care. Does your AC feel lacking in the heat? Schedule an AC inspection at Cabillion's today to make sure your cabin is cool all summer long. Visit Cabillion's today, 104 Mattakesett Street in Pembroke. Thanks a million, Mr. Cabillion. And thank you for my scratch and win card. Scratch and win. I wonder how long that's going on at Cabillion's Car Care. That was fun. I do like that. Scratch and maybe get a discount on your next service. All right, it is, a day off for the Red Sox following a loss last night. So the Marlins, they avoid being swept by the Red Sox as the Marlins beat the Red Sox in Miami last night 4-0. Sonny Gray, in his bid to become the first in the major leagues to 17 wins this season, gave up 2 runs, 7 hits over 5 innings. He's 16-4, walked 1 and struck out 5. The Red Sox are off tonight. Then they'll begin a crucial 4-game series in New York against the Yankees tomorrow night at 7:15. And the Patriots will wrap up the preseason tonight in Cleveland. They'll take on the Browns at 8. And then the Patriots open the regular season in Seattle on September 9th. And that's our update on sports on WATD.
Hi, I'm Paul Cabillion from Cabillion's Car Care. With the current high prices for both new and used vehicles, customers are holding on to their cars longer, and preventative maintenance is a must. Bring your vehicle to us to get it ready for the colder weather. We will check your heater, brakes, windshield wipers, tires, antifreeze, and test your battery. We have a state-of-the-art service write-up area and 7 service bays. We are handicap accessible and have a comfortable waiting area with USB chargers and a space for you to connect while we service your car. We are better equipped than ever to serve our customers efficiently with the same personal approach that Cabillion's has always offered. As an added benefit to your services we provide, we are now offering a complimentary Federated Roadside Assistance Program. Ask us for more details. Look for our coupons in Valve Pack and Community Values magazine. To schedule an appointment, call 781-834-6558. That's 781-834-6558.
Thanks a million, Mr. Cabillion!
From ABC News, Wall Street Now. For 65 months in a row, the Fed's preferred inflation gauge has been stuck well above the 2% target that would have policymakers considering an interest rate reduction. Now analysts think the Fed may raise rates as soon as next month. Wall Street's investors largely shrugged off yesterday's report on inflation. The S&P and NASDAQ composite each slipped a fraction. The Dow Jones gave up 113 points Wednesday to close at 53,464. Shares in Okta jumped 20% in extended trading after the company smashed Wall Street's second quarter predictions. Widespread cyber attacks, many carried out by AI agents, have more companies buying Okta's identity security software. And long before wearable fitness trackers and video streamed to your wrist, there was the humble Pulsar digital watch. Its red LED displayed one thing, the time. Now George Thies, the man credited with inventing the digital watch, has died at 95. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Hi, I'm Sharon McNamara, full-time real estate agent and broker owner of Boston Connect Real Estate. My co-host, Melissa Wallace, and I talk Real Estate Roundtable. We can't wait to connect with you at bringing you all the insights, tips, and trends in real estate here on WATD, so we can talk real estate.
Talk Real Estate Roundtable with Sharon McNamara and Melissa Wallace, Saturday mornings at 8 on 95.9 WATD.
The South Shore's Morning News. Hear it live. Stream it online. Watch the show. Or catch the podcast anytime at 959watd.com.
And of course, you can watch up on the WATD YouTube channel, WATD Radio on YouTube. Coming to you live from the WATD Coastal Heritage Bank Studios. Community-focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF. Coastal Heritage Bank. And in the chat room, it looks like Lord Hadaway is back. Welcome back, Lord Hadaway. Good morning, Rob and Christine. I am back from my vacation. Hope you had a good week. We did. We hope you had a good vacation, Lord Hadaway. Good to have you back. He's our number one fan in the chat room, Lord Hadaway. I know, and Anthony said goodbye to you, Lord Hadaway. We miss Anthony, our favorite intern on Tuesdays and Thursdays, now getting ready to move back in to Emerson to begin his junior year in college. Text line is available, 781-837-4900 if you want to connect with us. We'd love to hear from you on the text line as well. If you want at any time something to comment on, something in the news, you have a comment on almost be towards the end of the Lindsay Clancy trial. If you have any thoughts on that, you can as well. 781-837-4900. Right now, it's our digital pro. Here's Kim Commando.
You saw the headlines. Meta settled. The case 29 state attorneys general built against Facebook and Instagram over before the jury ever ruled. The number is $18 billion. It sounds enormous. I'm Kim Commando for WebRoot. Back to school means more time online. Help protect your family's devices with WebRoot Essentials. Save 62% at webroot.com/Kim. Here's what that number is. Paid in installments over 10 years against revenue north of $200 billion a year, roughly 1% of what the company's worth. And Meta admitted no wrongdoing. You want to know how badly it stung? Meta's stock went up on the news. To say I'm disappointed would be an understatement. The states did win real changes, blocking access at night, age checks, an outside auditor. I hope those hold. But there's no question in my mind that Meta knew exactly what it was doing to 2 generations of children and kept doing it. $18 billion over a decade isn't a punishment. It's a line item. Until that changes, the damage continues. Learn more at getkim.com.
New developments in the controversy over the license plate tracking cameras being used by police across the country. Here's ABC's Marcus Moore.
By Congress. In a letter to the CEO of Flock Safety, Missouri Senator Hawley accuses the company of building an unprecedented national surveillance network, saying Congress never authorized the network your industry has built. Flock's license plate reader cameras photograph every passing vehicle and enter the information into a database that police can search, no warrant needed. More than 120,000 have been installed in 49 states.
That's ABC's Marcus Moore. 7:30 News with Christine James coming up. Right now, 7:29, traffic and weather in the 9s. Crash clear, 93 South near Route 28 in Randolph. 93 South is sluggish Pockapog over to Canton. 128's heavy, 95 to 109. 24 is slow, Harrison Boulevard up towards 139. Route 3, northbound is okay. Southbound a little slow at the Sagamore. 25 East, some company at the Bourne. And the expressway is slow, Furnace Brook to Andrews Square. South Shore weather for today, we're going to have clouds, some breaks of sun, a high 82. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low down to 68. Right now, 66 degrees in Marshfield, 7:30.
The South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD.
66 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 7:30. Meteorologist Rob Gilman says your high today, 82. Going to be warmer out there. News this hour brought to you by Mutual of Omaha, your local reverse mortgage specialist. Contact David Tortolot today, 617-797-3277. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening.
Meta agreed to pay up to $18 billion to settle
settle a landmark case brought by dozens of states. The lawsuit against Meta accused the company of designing Facebook and Instagram to be addictive to children. As part of the agreement, for users under the age of 18, Instagram and Facebook will set 2-hour daily time limits, block the apps from midnight to 6 a.m., and hide like counts.
That's ABC. All trial testimony is concluded in the murder trial of Lindsay Clancy. Closing arguments are scheduled to begin today. She's accused of strangling her 3 young children in a case that has drawn attention to postpartum mental health. Judge William Sullivan addressed the jurors before they left for the day.
Now you've heard all the evidence. For the first time I can say that. You've heard all the evidence. But you haven't heard the arguments from the attorneys. You haven't even heard, like I said before, the law that you're to apply. So you still have to keep an open mind. All right? So those instructions that I gave you the last 4 or 5 weeks, they're doubled down today. All right? Don't read anything. Don't talk about this. Don't watch anything. Don't discuss this with anyone. And keep an open mind.
Clancy has pleaded not guilty by reason of lack of criminal responsibility. Her lawyers argue she was experiencing postpartum psychosis when she killed Cora, Dawson, and Callan at the family's home in January of 2023. Prosecutors said Clancy planned the killings and understood her actions were wrong. Jurors must decide whether she was criminally responsible, and if so, exactly what crime she committed. 9-member Economic Development Committee being formed to look at how Marshfield can promote business growth. Board Chair Rick Smith telling WATD News the committee would be composed of residents, Chamber of Commerce members, and town department heads.
We're going to build a committee that consists of residents of our community, representatives from the Chamber of Commerce, and advisors that can help us be able to figure out how we can support our local businesses and improve the revenue base in our town. Clearly, any dollar of revenue that we get from a business is a dollar revenue we don't have to be asking from a resident through property taxes. And as part of my pledge to the town to ensure that we don't return to a future override state.
And the committee would look into improving the town's business districts. Meanwhile, 158th Marshfield Fair going on right now. It runs through this Sunday. Our own Rob Hakala was there this week, able to talk with some of the attendees. He's able to speak with Michael at the fair, grab some food.
Now, are you hungry? It's lunchtime.
Sausages and peppers, Italian.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yummy,
yeah.
yummy. Oh, good stuff today, Michael. And it's the 158th Marshfield Fair. So much good stuff. You know, I know at nighttime they get the demolition derby, the animals, the food, the rides for the kids. And, of course, so many great things to just take in and just have a little blast before the end of summer.
Awesome. I can't wait.
All right, Michael, thanks for coming over from Brockton.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
And for more information, go to marshfieldfair.org.
I'm talking with David Tortolot, a local certified reverse mortgage professional with Mutual of Omaha Reverse Mortgage. David, if you're 62 or older and have experienced losses in your retirement savings, how could a reverse mortgage help?
Rob, one of the ways to set up a reverse mortgage is in a reverse equity line of credit. This line of credit can be used as a buffer asset to draw from when markets are down without being strapped to a monthly principal and interest mortgage payment. And when markets recover, you can switch back to drawing from your retirement savings. It's a safety strategy that may help preserve your retirement savings over time.
Call 617-797-3277. NMLS number 46902. Lender NMLS number 1025894. Equal housing lender. Borrower must occupy home as primary residence and remain current on property taxes, homeowners insurance, the costs of home maintenance, and any HOA fees.
It's 7:34 here on 95.9 News, now sponsored by Cross Insurance for all your home, auto, and business insurance needs. Contact Cross Insurance on Ocean Street in Marshfield. Well, joining us now live on the South Shores Morning News, we have special guest, Plymouth County District Attorney Tim Cruz. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Good morning, Christine.
You know, I've spoken with a few other people, and I know we've talked about this in the past, but coming up to the end of August, and this is when they always have International Overdose Awareness Day, and it's coming up this Monday, the 31st. And I was looking back at some of the numbers. This has been going on longer than I thought. It's at least 20 years, possibly 25 years. I know in Marshfield here, a lot of the area towns, of course, do separate ceremonies, but I think this is at least the 10th year they've done that. And I know that you're probably going to be at that overdose vigil as well.
Yeah, Marshfield is going to be Monday at 6:15 at Harbor Park in Marshfield, and they've been doing a great job for the last few years down there. And if you've never been to one, I would suggest maybe you want to stop by, because you know it's a great gathering of people who have lost lost someone to a terrible, insidious disease. And unfortunately, even though our best efforts are out there, people are still dying from whether it be fentanyl, carfentanil, whatever it is, opioids, they're still out there. And we need to make sure that we help the people that we can help, because we all know somebody, unfortunately, that has passed from this, whether it be a son, a brother, a sister, whatever. And we need to make sure that we continue to work to remove that stigma that's out there in the world, so people are not afraid to come forward and get help, because there is help out there.
Do you think when they host things like this and have so many people and so many communities coming out and bringing pictures or maybe saying a few words about somebody, do you think this is one of the things that actually helps remove the stigma so other people might think, okay, I'm going to seek help?
I think so. I mean, I think this is the sort of thing that, people are going to be there, and because, drug abuse, drug addiction doesn't have a zip code. It's everywhere. And I think by some of the communities that are having these vigils, you can see that. Brockton just had theirs last night. Situate, Fax, and South Shore Peer Recovery doing their Monday morning at the Lighthouse in Situate. Carver's got one coming up in a couple weeks. It's everywhere. And I think by coming out and by talking about it and talking about how it's affected you and how it's affected your families, and that we have to make sure that we try to stop this so that we can save these people from going down these terrible paths, because it's not just their lives, it's their families.
Now, the numbers here, I think, in Plymouth County over the past couple of years have been on the right track, meaning they're going down. I know they have those little purple flags in front of Marshfield Town Hall, and it's the numbers, I guess, statewide from the year before that have passed away. So last year it was over 1,300, but this year I believe it's under 1,000.
Yeah, it's 978, and that's great, because more than I'd say 5 years ago it was more than 2,000, and so the numbers have come down quite a bit here in Massachusetts. Once again, and I'd like to thank a lot of good groups that are out there that are working hard on a daily basis, whether it be Plymouth County Outreach or the Plymouth County Drug Abuse Task Force, working together, trying to get information and help people that can either get help from their churches, from faith-based places, from groups that are trying to help veterans, people that are struggling with the addictions that are out there, and there's a lot of them out there. So how can we get them the help that they need and that the families need also? The numbers have gone down, that's great, but we still have too many people dying from this.
Do you find, when I was talking with Mary Price earlier about Marshfield Facts, I said it's comforting and cathartic. Is that the feeling you've gotten when you've gone to some of these vigils?
Really, I think that's probably a good way to do it. Plus there's all sorts of people there usually providing information, information that's out there that, once again, I think a lot of people feel alone, and because nobody understands. Well, there are people out there that understand, people that have gone down this road before, and you can get help. You're not alone. Make sure you reach out to somebody if you know somebody that's struggling, because you're going to save somebody's life. And I think that's a great thing. I think the stigma has been reduced, but it still does exist.
And if people have any questions about something like this, or they need more information, I know your office has a wealth of resources about things like this, or how to get help, or even anything else that might be related to what you do. And your office does do a lot of stuff that some people might not even be aware of. How can they get a hold of somebody in the Plymouth County DA's office?
Well, you can always call us at 508-584-8120. We always have an assistant DA on call. And you can also look at the things that we're doing in the community for PlymouthDA.com, and that will also give you access to other information to try to reach out to the right people or organization that can help you and your family.
Thank you very much. Again, that's Plymouth County District Attorney Tim Cruz. We've got traffic and weather right after this.
Have you recently moved into a new home? Whether you've just moved into a new apartment, condo, or single-family home, each home has unique insurance needs. Hi, this is Carol from Cross Insurance, with local offices in Braintree and Marshfield. Insuring your home is a big decision, and it's important to understand your options. Whether you're looking for more options, increased coverage, or better pricing, Cross Insurance and Safety Insurance are here to help. We'll help you determine whether you qualify for any discounts or credits on your insurance premiums, such as a new home credit, loss-free credit, an e-customer discount, or an automatic water shutoff device discount. Plus, by insuring both your home and car with Safety Insurance and Cross Insurance, you could potentially save up to 20%. Turn to Cross Insurance and Safety Insurance. We've been working with customers like you for decades. Call Cross Insurance at 781-848-8600. That's Cross Insurance at 781-848-8600.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
7:39, and we are looking at delays on the expressway from around Furnace Brook, and it's heavy from there up towards Columbia Road. 25 minutes from Braintree to Boston. Route 3 northbound, not too bad. Coming up from Plymouth up into Braintree, the southbound side, we do have delays approaching the Sagamore. 25 east is slow over the Bourne Bridge. 24 north delays start around Harrison Boulevard in Avon. Getting rid of a crash, 93 southbound in the breakdown lane near Route 28 in Randolph. 128 on the northbound side is sluggish, 95 in Canton up to 109 in Dedham. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, South Shore weather.
At the Blue Hill Observatory, 64 degrees, the dew point 62. The breeze from the southwest, 9 miles an hour. The barometer 30.09 inches, about steady. With the later sunrise, now at 6:04 in the morning, a lot of color. We'll see some clouds breaking the sunshine. At times, it's going to turn hot. You'll notice more humidity as the breeze picks up. The high 82. Tonight, lots of mugginess. There'll be a breeze at times. Fair, the low 68. Tomorrow, quite humid. Clouds, a few sunny breaks. Again, nudging the low 80s. There'll be a shower or thunderstorm in the area late in the day especially. And the breeze can turn onshore at a few beaches for a while. And what a nice change heading into the last weekend of August. Saturday with a good deal of bright sunshine, low humidity, a high of 78. Sunday, sun mixing with a few clouds, a high of 83. A backdoor cold front will turn the wind in from the ocean. A couple of showers around and cooler early next week. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Right now we are looking at 66 degrees outside our South Shore studio, 742. That's local news. I'm Christine James. We've got more for you. We've got Rob Hakala right here on 95.9 WATD.
Welcome. The South Shore's Morning News rolls on every week at this time. It's our Sea Plymouth Report. Keiko Oral is the president and CEO of Sea Plymouth, the official tourism site for the town and county of Plymouth. SeaPlymouth.com. SeaPlymouth.com. Keiko, good morning.
Good morning, Rob.
How you doing here in late August?
I am looking forward to a great weekend. It's the final weekend of August, but there is plenty to do.
All right. Well, that is our mission here, and that's why Keiko's with us. We want to make sure you don't miss out what's happening locally in your own backyard. A lot of great events to take in, and we know for, again, many of you, this will be kind of maybe a last blast to go out and do some things before you have to go back to your routine. But in any event, whether you do or don't, there are some fun things to take in, a number of them. Right, Keiko? Where do we want to start?
Exactly. We want to start at seaplymouth.com because that's where I'm going to find all the events that are happening in Plymouth County for the weekend, from history to music to art to nature to classic cars to family fun. It's all there at seaplymouth.com, and we also have a fun app where people can get that information even easier. So Friday, if you are a birder, the Mass Audubon in Marshfield has things happening at the Wildlife Sanctuary on Main Street. So that's a very interesting thing if you're into nature and birding. And then in Middleborough, we have the Soul Homestead Education Center. People don't know about it. It's a great education center right there in Middleborough with lots of different workshops and things to do. So, Fridays, that's there. Plymouth Public Library continues to give us great information to put out to the public on all their different programs that are happening there. This Friday, there's a mushroom talk. Now, I don't know a lot about mushrooms, but at 3 o'clock, there's a fascinating talk on mushrooms at Plymouth Library. So, so that's a way to start your Friday, and the weather's, going to be fine. But Pilgrim's Progress is still happening, and it starts at 6 o'clock. It begins at the Mayflower Society. People are like, what is that? People dress up in costumes. There's a reenactment. It's Plymouth history coming to life as they proceed through the downtown. So if you haven't seen it, that's something to check out. Take in a restaurant. see Pilgrim's Progress, then head to the Spire for Time in a Bottle. And that's going to be songs of the 70s with Jim Croce and Carole King, John Denver. So that sounds like a great Friday, right?
Yeah, no, that sounds great. It's great. People love that music. It's good stuff.
And how people can get around in downtown is with Ride Circuit, which is a free transportation service sponsored by Park Plymouth. And I haven't seen that picture of you yet, Rob, but I know we're going to be together in Plymouth tomorrow, so maybe we can. Maybe
that's
we can
right.
find somebody. Yeah.
You go to Pilgrim Hall Museum. We're going to be there.
Exactly, because that leads into Saturday, and Saturday is like a huge day in Plymouth. People should just plan it right now because there is a lot going on with the Plymouth Waterfront Festival, and we have a lot of the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce has their annual Waterfront Festival. It's from 10 to 6. There's over 200 vendors on the waterfront. There's arts and crafts, entertainment, a duck race, but also the Plymouth Antiquarian Society has their summer fair at the Hedge House Museum on Water Street. And also, as we mentioned, the Pilgrim Hall Museum is celebrating its birthday as part of August Adventures and free admission to everyone. So it's a huge, huge weekend in Plymouth, and people can just plan to spend their entire day right there in the downtown area of Plymouth. And so I'm excited. I'm excited for a great weekend.
Wow. Well, it's so much good stuff happening, and it really is still great. So get the app, download the app, and as you said, go to See Plymouth as well. If you want to go to the webpage, you can set it up that way and look for, through the events calendar or places to stay if you got people coming in maybe from out of town, right? And also places to go and grab a bite to eat, too. You got that great dining page.
Right. And in honor of Anthony, I just wanted to give the shout-out to the Rebels and Rods car show.
Aww.
The intern, Anthony, the intern, he loves the Rebels and Rods at the East Bay Grill. So that's Sunday. And, just miss him, wish him all the best.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you, believe me, I miss it. He really helped us out a lot. And but we wish him the best. It's time, as we know, this time of year, it's back to school and moving back in. So that's great. All right. Yep. And what did you say? There was an event with featuring the music. They were going to do a tribute to Jim Croce music. What did you say? Time in a Bottle or something?
Yes, Time in a Bottle at the Spire, 8 o'clock on Friday night.
All right.
Make your plans. Make your dinner plans. We've got lots of great restaurants, and so it's going to be a great weekend.
All right. And we've been chatting this morning with Keiko Oral, and she is going to be with us tomorrow, which will be a lot of fun for our live broadcast at Pilgrim Hall Museum on 75 Court Street. So we'll see Keiko there, the president and CEO of See Plymouth. Keiko, it'll be great to have you joining us for the live segment.
Going to get ready. Absolutely.
On site. All right. Keiko Oral, thank you so much.
Have a great weekend.
You too. 95.9 WATD, that's Keiko Oral, and Time in a Bottle, Songs of the 70s. Okay, so that's a show at 8 o'clock. Can I hear some Jim Croce right now? Just want to. I don't know why. Time in a Bottle.
If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day.
The late, great Jim Croce. All right, there you go. 95.9 WATD. It is 7:49. Back out to the roads. WATD's traffic and weather. We updated every 10 minutes on the 9s, and taking a look at the ride on the expressway, it is heavy Furnace Brook up towards Southampton Street. Route 3 on the northbound side. We had some company in Braintree. The southbound side of Route 3 was slow at the Sagamore. 25 east, slow at the Bourne. 24 delays start around Harrison Boulevard, and 128 northbound is sluggish. 95 in Canton up to 109 in Dedham. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. Chief Meteorologist Rob Gilman with the South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather. And it is being sponsored by our great friends over at the Early Law Group and attorney Chris Early. Injured? Call early before it's too late. 617-444-7777. 617-444-7777.
On the mild side this morning, we'll see clouds giving way to sun at times today. It'll turn very warm to hot, a high of 82. There'll be a breeze, though a lot of humidity moving in, especially later tonight, a low 68, a fair sky. Tomorrow, with the humidity, clouds, a few sunny breaks. There'll be a shower or a thunderstorm around, especially later in the day in the low 80s. Saturday, beautiful. What a nice way to bring in the last weekend of August with plenty of bright sunshine, low humidity, a high 78. Sunday, sun mixing with a few clouds, a high of 83. And then turning a little more showery with a backdoor cold front, dropping the temperatures early next week. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Thank you, Rob. And right now, we're at 67 degrees in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD. We'll have a check of sports next.
Hi, I'm attorney Chris Early. If you've been injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or another serious accident, you may be feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and unsure of what to do next. That's where me and my team can help. At Early Law Group, we take the time to listen, answer your questions, and guide you through the legal process every step of the way. We believe every client deserves personal attention and compassionate representation.
Injured? Call early before it's too late. Early Law Group, 617-444-7777. That's 617-444-7777.
Call early before it's too late.
$7:52. Time now for WATD Sports. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala. Well, an off night for the Red Sox following their loss to the Marlins down in Miami. The Red Sox lose 4-0, and so their 5-game winning streak comes to an end, and the Marlins avoid the sweep. Red Sox tomorrow will begin a series in New York against the Yankees tomorrow night at 7:15. The Patriots, meanwhile, will wrap up the preseason in Cleveland tonight. They'll take on the Browns at 8. And that's your update on sports on WATD.
Logan Fury did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he bought a mini treadmill. Is walking on it during video conference calls more distracting than he thought? Yes. And is that because he overestimated his foot-eye coordination? Definitely. But it's Logan's savings, and if he wants to burn calories and any chance at a promotion, we say, good for you, Logan. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Okay, hold up. What is that?
It's new Tide Evo.
That little white tile is laundry detergent?
Yep, Tide Evo is a super concentrated laundry detergent that's built different because it's packed with 6 layers of cleaning power that fight odors, stains, dinge, and extra work. And it smells so good.
New Tide Evo. Love it or your money back. Money back guarantee issued via prepaid card by mail. See Tide.com for details.
There's no better place for your kids to have fun than the 158th Marshfield Fair. Rides, exhibits, fair food, games, and entertainment await. From the children's activity tent to the petting zoo, let their curiosity rule the day. Come see the beauty within the butterfly hatchery. Put on your conductor's cap and explore the model railroad. Then let the whole family unwind at this year's music and food court. For information and a schedule of events, visit marshfieldfair.org. The 158th Marshfield Fair, August 21st through the 30th on Route 3A in Marshfield.
Hey, join WATD at the Collectors Convention of New England this Sunday at the Wolves Den in Pembroke. Whether you are passionate about sports cards, Pokemon, trading card games, vintage toys, comics, memorabilia, or unique collectibles, the Collectors Convention of New England is the place to be. The event begins Saturday and Sunday at 8 a.m. And on Sunday, you get the Also, you get to see WATD's Larry Nelson and meet Larry. He'll be broadcasting Sunday 12:30 to 3:30. Learn more and plan your visit today at ccnewengland.com. That's ccnewengland.com.
Invest your time in listening to Cape Retirement Radio and learn a smarter approach to investing so you can protect your future. Cape Retirement Radio, featuring Chris Latond, Thursday nights at 6:15 and Sunday mornings at 10 on 95.9 WATD.
Right to have you along. It is the Thursday edition of the South Shores Morning News. The text line is available for you if you want to connect to the show. Feel free to do that by texting at 781-837-4900. The text line is sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. 781-837-4900 is the WATD text line. Well, we have lost another celebrity coming shortly after the news of the loss of Dolly Parton at 80. We're also hearing about the loss of the great actor Tim Curry, who is also 80 years old. We go more in depth now with ABC's Brad Milkey from the Start Here podcast on ABC.
Yesterday, almost exactly 24 hours after we learned of the passing of Dolly Parton, the world learned another iconic entertainer was gone.
How'd you do,
Tim Curry has died at the age of 80. This was an actor whose mischievous humor, unmistakable voice, and gender-bending performance in the cult classic Rocky Horror Picture Show turned him into a legend.
I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania.
But he was even more than that. The man with the Cheshire Cat grin was actually born in Cheshire, England, and began his career on the London stage. With his wide eyes and musical theater skills, he would go on to star in musicals like Annie,
Easy Street, Easy Street, Easy Street,
and comedies like Clue.
The double negative has led to proof positive. I'm afraid you gave yourself away. Are you trying to make me look stupid in front of the other guests? Don't need any help from me, sir. That's right.
But if all these were core memories for moviegoers worldwide, it was still Rocky Horror Picture Show, this wacky send-up of science fiction and horror flicks that created a culture unto itself. I remember as a teenager going to a midnight showing at the Art Theater in Long Beach, California, where not only were people showing up dressed as characters, they'd also seen this film so many times they would fill the silence between lines. Some audiences made soundtracks of themselves.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
This was a place for the goths, for the outcasts, for the people who had always wanted to experiment with wearing fishnets. And Tim Curry was their leader. It was that comfort with weirdness that made him the perfect villain, from Home Alone 2 to Muppets Treasure Island to the genuinely creepy Pennywise in Stephen King's It.
Come on, bucko. Don't you want a balloon?
In recent years, Curry had suffered from a stroke. He lost control of the instrument that had served him so well. But 3 years later, he returned to the public eye to accept a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Actors Fund, a group that helps put fellow entertainers back on their feet. The world is a little less playful today, a little less impish. Many of us wonder what we would accomplish with more years, but Tim Curry wouldn't have that problem. He always seemed to follow his own advice. Don't dream it, be it.
ABC's Brad Milkey. 7:59, traffic and weather in the nines, and the ride this morning along Route 3. Not too bad. You have some pockets up in Braintree. The southbound side slows at the Sagamore, 25 east, busy at the Bourne. Northbound expressway is heavy Furnace Brook to Southampton Street, and 24 is slow Harrison Boulevard to 139 in Stoughton. South Shore weather for today. We will have clouds, some breaks of sun, 82. We're at 67 now in Marshfield, 8 o'clock.
This is the South Shores radio station, WATD FM Marshfield. And on your smart speaker, say play WATD. WATD. Here for What's Next.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Dozens of Americans are among the hundreds of people still missing after a massive flash flooding ripped through parts of Nepal. The death toll, 289 people. More from ABC News Chief International Correspondent James Longman.
This wall of water unleashed as much energy as a 5.2 magnitude earthquake. Some estimates put it as high as 160 feet. It's left behind a trail of destruction, the mud and the debris now complicating search and rescue efforts.
The flood set off by the collapse of a Himalayan glacier. Nearly 25 years after the 9/11 attacks, a military judge has now set a date for the trial of alleged mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. He and 3 accomplices are now set to face trial in June of 2028. Closing arguments are due to start this morning in the trial of the Massachusetts mom charged with murdering her 3 children. Her defense team says she was suffering from postpartum psychosis. The FDA approving a new drug that could help patients with pancreatic cancer live longer lives. This is ABC News. A new ruling on drag shows in the state of Texas. It turns out one judge had a very simple solution to those who are offended by them. Here's ABC's Marcus Moore.
The Attorney General in Texas is vowing to appeal after a judge struck down a state law restricting drag shows. The judge ruled the ban on sexually oriented performances violates the First Amendment. And he referenced Dolly Parton to make his point, saying, quote, just as many people chastise Dolly Parton as a voluptuous sex symbol, there are erotic elements in countless popular performances that could be subject to penalties under the ban. The judge adding that the solution is simple. He said, just don't go to the drag show if you're offended.
Following her death at the age of 80, Dolly Parton is being remembered for her faith and inclusivity. Her theme park in Pigeon Forge, Dollywood, reflects both her Christian values and her legacy of acceptance. Many of those in the LGBTQ community describe Dolly Parton's public support as a beacon of light. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
67 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 8:02. Chief Meteorologist Rob Gilman says 82 is your high today. Going to be warm out there. News this hour brought to you by South Shore Gutter Monkeys. Experience exceptional care for your home with professional gutter cleaning, repair, and installation services. Contact South Shore Gutter Monkeys for a free estimate today. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening. Dr. Gregory Sadoff, a professor of emergency medicine and a forensic psychiatrist and rebuttal witness for the prosecution, back on the stand for the Lindsay Clancy murder trial. This was yesterday.
Did you form an opinion to a reasonable degree of medical certainty as to whether or not Lindsay Clancy on January 24th, 2023 could appreciate the difference between right and wrong?
Yes.
And what was that opinion?
My opinion is that she did have the capacity to appreciate right from wrong.
And what do you base that on?
Well, on a number of things. Ms. Clancy had just met with her psychiatrist, Dr. Tufts, the day before. And in that discussion with Dr. Tufts, as documented, she denied suicidal ideation, and she also denied thoughts of harm to others. And also there was an ongoing conversation regarding future possible treatments, esketamine or TMS, which I spoke about yesterday, that could be employed to help her.
During cross-examination, defense attorney Kevin Reddington asked him about her previous attempts to get treatment.
But why would she call Aspire again if they wouldn't help her the first time? In your opinion as a psychiatrist? Looking for help?
Continuing to seek help.
And yet again, she didn't get any, did she?
That's my understanding.
To a reasonable degree of psychiatric certainty with treating the patients to the extent that you've told this jury that you have, what kind of a devastating effect would that have on a person who's ready to kill themselves that's called Aspire hotline twice and has been turned away?
Objection.
Overruled.
It could have a very serious effect.
Duxbury mother currently on trial for the strangling deaths of her 3 young children in January of 2023. While she admits to the killings, her defense argues she is not criminally responsible due to severe postpartum psychosis. More news after this.
I'm Bobby Downspout of the South Shore Gutter Monkeys, and today we recognize another group of everyday American heroes, the South Shore Gutter Monkey Office Crew.
Ain't no I in office crew.
Actually, yes there is.
My bad.
These swivel chair jockeys are a triage team of first responders to bad weather. So when Mother Nature is at her worst, these adorable apes are at their best. With superhuman-like skills, they perform those underappreciated tasks, answering phone calls, booking appointments, and giving free estimates right over the phone.
Oh, yeah.
And when the South Shore Gutter Monkey crews return from their daily work schedule, those curators of the cubicles rise to the tasks of filing, accounts receivables, and ledger entries.
Not all heroes wear capes.
To converse with one of these paper-pushing primates, call the South Shore Gutter Monkeys at 508-477-9100.
Now write that number down.
Or visit SouthShoreGutterMonkeys.com.
Take it, Johnny.
No monkeys were harmed in the making of this commercial.
805 on 95.9. News now brought to you by Coastal Heritage Bank. Community focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF. A committee that would study how to increase business tax revenue in Marshfield is being formed. Tom Gorman has this.
The Marshfield Select Board approved to form a 9-member Economic Development Committee that will look at ways to boost business growth in town. Board Chair Rick Smith explains.
So we're going to get together, build a committee that consists of residents of our community, representatives from the Chamber of Commerce, and advisors that can help us be able to figure out how we can support our local businesses and improve the revenue base in our town. Clearly, any dollar of revenue that we get from a business is a dollar revenue we don't have to be asking from a resident through property taxes. And as part of my pledge to the town to ensure that we don't return to a future override state or and have additional financial problems, this is something I committed to doing. We're going to see through to make sure it happens.
The committee would look into improving business districts like Brent Rock.
Brent Rock revitalization is understanding how to help and support our small businesses down there and make the public realm a place that people are going to want to be at in order to enjoy those businesses. And not to say that it isn't right now, but there's a lot I think we can be done down there that still preserves the community, still preserves the look and the feel that everybody knows and loves about Brant Rock. Sometimes the contentious and controversial stance as far as how that revitalization happens, but the way that we're going to tackle it is not by not dealing with it. It's not going to be through being silent about it. It's going to be through asking the questions, getting together and working together as a community to figure it out.
Officials would also look at improving the downtown business area.
You think about the Webster Square area and the walkability over there and the kind of businesses that we have and whatnot. We want to encourage that to be a place where people are out and about, and for both our residents and for our visitors. And so we have to figure out how we can partner with businesses to support them in that endeavor. Our businesses, similar to our residents and our visitors, they're part of the fabric of our community. And if we don't work together with them and support them, then there's a major part of our community that we're leaving dormant. We need to help them out.
Applications are now being accepted from residents to serve on the committee. Officials hope to have it up and running by the end of September. Reporting from Marshfield, Tom Gorman, WATD News.
And the Fore River Bridge, one of the 5 bridges in the state to lit in pink to honor country music legend Dolly Parton, who died on Tuesday at 80 from cancer. Pink light illuminated the span that links Weymouth and Quincy Tuesday night. In a social media post, Governor Maura Healey said Parton was an amazing human being. Her music meant so much to so many people, and her generosity and kindness made her even more special.
Frankie, what's cooking?
Shouldn't you be at pickleball?
Yeah, I'm off this week.
Well then, let's get you that coffee.
Around here, people remember you and your schedule. At Coastal Heritage Bank, we believe banking should feel just as personal. For generations, we've helped South Shore families with checking, savings, and deposit solutions, combining modern banking technology with the personal service we're known for. Community-focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF, equal housing lender.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
Good morning. It is 8:09, and we are dealing with delays, certainly on the expressway northbound. That's been where we've been seeing most of the issues. We have traffic jammed up from Furnace Brook up towards Southampton Street. Just volume. No issues in terms of any incidents, but we have about a 25-minute drive time from Braintree to Boston. Traveling up on Route 3 northbound, some reduced speeds near Union Street and Braintree. Southbound is slow at the Sagamore. 25 east, busy at the Bourne. 24 in the northbound side has some slowdowns up through Avon and Stoughton. 128 is busy. 95 in Canton up to 109 in Dedham. We do have, looks like a big issue here on 495. It is southbound, so it shouldn't affect most of our listeners. But if you're headed in the Mansfield area, just let you know there's an overturned trash truck. And the way it overturned, all the travel lanes are being blocked. Looks like it may have gone like sideways across the road. So that's 495 south at 95 in Mansfield. Traffic alert there. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, the updated South Shore weather.
On the mild side this morning, we'll see clouds giving way to sun at times today. It'll turn very warm to hot, a high of 82. There'll be a breeze, though a lot of humidity moving in, especially later tonight, a low 68, a fair sky. Tomorrow, with the humidity, clouds, a few sunny breaks. There'll be a shower or a thunderstorm around, especially later in the day in the low 80s. Saturday, beautiful. What a nice way to bring in the last weekend of August with plenty of bright sunshine, low humidity, a high 78. Sunday, sun mixing with a few clouds, a high of 83. And then turning a little more showery with a backdoor cold front, dropping the temperatures early next week. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
And right now we are looking at 68 degrees outside our South Shore studios. 8:11, that's local news. I'm Christine James, sending it back to Rob Hakala right here, 95.9 WATD.
Well, here we are, 8 o'clock hour, the South Shore's morning news everywhere in the Audacy app. And, of course, up on YouTube, you can watch live or later. WATD Radio on YouTube, WATD Radio on YouTube. You can check us out in the beautiful Coastal Heritage Bank studios. You will notice, however, that Christine James is in the news booth. I'm here in the air chair, and over there our guest seats are empty this week. Anthony, the intern, of course, said goodbye last week as he heads back to Emerson. And also, Christine, as I mentioned, we had a change in schedule, so Bob Teravecchia apologizes, but he is not able to be with us for the Coastal Heritage Bank segment. He is going to be back next Thursday, right after the news at 8. Coastal Heritage Bank, we do thank them for sponsoring the studio. Community-focused, locally trusted since 1889, Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF, Coastal Heritage Bank, and they had quite the prize package. He and Jack Pellrine for our intern Anthony, and gave him quite the send-off, which was amazing last week. So all the best to Anthony as he heads back to college. And Bob, we will miss you. We did have a good time, though, Bob Teravecchia and Jack Pellrine, as we saw Bob over at the Marshfield Fair on Tuesday for Senior Day. And we had a great time over at the Marshfield Fair. That was a lot of fun. And it was great to see so many people, including, of course, Ronnie, the master gardener, and getting down to Aggie Hall and seeing all the plants and the butterfly exhibit. It's so beautiful, and people put so much time into these beautiful displays with flowers. And then upstairs, you've got those the quilt exhibits, and it's really nice. I did take a little bit of a time through there, and I did put some of those photos up on the WATD Facebook page, so you can check them out if you are interested in going for the final days of the Marshfield Fair, which concludes on Sunday. So it is the 158th Marshfield Fair. They have had Senior Day. They have had 4-H Day. Today is Children's Day. Children 12 and under get in for free. They're also going to be honoring veterans, I believe, on the final day, the Sunday, and still lots of music. There'll be a demolition derby still to come. So still some fried dough to be eaten. Yes, still some cars to be crashed up, and still rides to go on at the Marshfield Fair. So don't miss out. I said, hey, when do people come to the fair? Is it like busy on certain days? Is it like Senior Day? And the woman in the main office, when I went over to say hi to Lenny LaForest, and went over and said, "Hey, Lenny, how you doing?" And then I saw the woman there. I said, "How's it going at the Marshfield Fair?" And she said, "It's great, and it's going good, and they've had some great days." And she said, "Usually what always happens, it's the same thing, like all of us, at the end. When do people start showing up at the end of anything? It's the whole, oh my gosh, I forgot.
I've got to get there.
I've got to get there before it goes out," and people start hearing about it, and they go, "Oh, wow, that sounds fun." So Eric checked in. He's excited. I think I did give away all the passes, so I'm sorry. I don't have any more of those. But he said, "Did you bring back fried dough?" We did bring back fried dough. We did do that. I like going to Anna's Fried Dough. That's my favorite stand.
Absolutely. And Rob, if you wouldn't mind,
yeah.
I would love to play a little bit of that excerpt again from you at the fair.
Oh, okay.
Because I think it was, you got kind of a saucy answer from someone. I love that.
Oh.
This was the first time. Do you remember this guy?
Gates just opened a few minutes ago, and I'll tell you, Christine, a huge, large crowd building. It was right onto Route 3A. We're here at Gate A, not too far from the Plymouth County Beekeepers and the fountain, and it's amazing. And one of the people in line I saw before I came in, Michael from Brockton. Michael, good afternoon. The Marshfield Fair is underway. You just got here.
Yes, I did.
Tell me how excited. It was a big line out there.
Yeah, the line was long. Everyone's looking for the cheap parking, $5 down that way.
Oh, you got the good spot on parking?
Yeah, I should have parked there for 10. I wouldn't have to walk so far.
Ah, well, here you are, Michael, and do you come every year from Brockton, or do you try to make it an annual?
Yes, yearly we've been coming, yes.
Yeah, tell me about what you're excited about today.
The women.
Oh, wow. Okay, that was not the answer we did in the pre-interview. No, you're excited, though, about coming in and meeting friends and people?
Yes, I'm going to meet my sister and her husband and probably see some other people we know, too.
Who knew, Rob? Is it a dating hub now, too?
What do you love most about the Marshfield Fair?
The women.
The women.
Oh, my God. That was a surprise when I heard that. It was pretty funny.
Well, that's live radio for you. Yeah. He was a good sport.
He was a good sport.
I don't know if he, changed his answer, but it's, you always go and usually do like a little pre-interview with some of the people, and you say, okay, here's what we're going to ask, because you can go completely cold, but sometimes you want to have a little bit of an, example, and you say, okay, we're going to, because some people also want to know, because it's not like we're going to grill them. It's not a political forum, so you can give them some of the questions in advance, and then you go, hey, we're going to talk about this, and then you go live, and it's sometimes a different story.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
The women! I was during a noon report.
That was live during a noon report, and I have to laugh because I don't think anybody has ever said that on the air at the Marshfield Fair. It's pretty funny.
I mean, you've heard tons of the fried dough, and, I love the rides.
The skee ball.
I love seeing the goats and the cows. It was great.
True.
By the way, those 4-H kids were great, by the way.
Isn't it amazing?
Did you hear some of them? Those young, they are so passionate.
Focused.
They're so focused. They love agriculture. They want to have farms in the future. They want to protect the land on the South Shore. They talked about the Mr. O'Neill at the O'Neill Farm in Duxbury. They said Mr. O'Neill is 90 years old and still comes out every day. That's passionate.
I love that.
I love that. I mean, that's somebody that really appreciates that. And one of the, I'll give a little shout out to Lyndall. And Linda was one of the students, the 4-H students, and she is going to look to go into this as a career, and she just wanted a copy of the soundbite. So I sent it to her so she can share it with everybody. So that was fun. So we had a good time at the Marshfield Fair. I can't believe another year, Christine.
I can't either.
For the fair.
158th.
So much history. And there were a lot of, 158, plus this year they did have special kind of decorations and things for the 250th.
Which is pretty cool.
That was cool, too. So I took some photos of that when I was over there. I might try to go down one more time. It depends, because, it's nuts, Christine. I told you, this week is crazy. Pilgrim Hall Museum tomorrow, live show, and then Waterfront on Saturday. WATD will be there.
Awesome. And you know what I just found, Rob?
What's that? What did you find?
I just found 4 passes.
4 passes. There you go. So there you go. That's something good for you, right?
That's right. Do you want to give them away?
What? Oh, you want to give them away?
Yes, I just found 4 of them.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, hold on a second here. Hold on. Let me just see here. This is, again, Christine just, hold on. She just put her hand into the WATD couch.
Found some pennies.
And looks like a leftover wrapper. Might have been Ed Perry with that candy that he's always...
Oh, absolutely.
All right. All right, so this is, again, this is unplanned. This is an unplanned moment of the show.
Wild and free.
All right, here's Christine James. And by the way, Martha from Marshfield enjoys hearing your voice.
Oh, thank you. Hi, Martha from Marshfield. I love saying that.
Yeah. She says, Christine James, love hearing her do the news and the talk she has with you. I like that, too.
Oh, thanks.
All right. So Martha from Marshfield, marvelous. All right.
And Marcia, too. Sometimes she texts in.
Yeah, she texts in. We love all M's.
All the M's.
All right. So this is what this is a 4-pack you want
yes,
to give
a
away?
4-pack.
Okay.
Get there because the fair wraps up on Sunday.
All right. So
have some fried dough, have some fun.
Yeah.
Go wild.
All right. This is great. This is, again, last minute tickets to the fair. So we're going to give these away right now. Christine, we have a number higher than 6 you want to give us?
Yes.
All right. What number do you want to choose?
12.
Caller 12. That's great. All right. Call in now. We're going to open those phone lines for you. 781-837-4900. Just when you thought the Marshfield Fair passes were all done.
Shazam.
There they are. How about that? 781-837-4900. 781-837-4900. You said caller 12?
Yes.
All right, you got it. Good luck.
Okay.
Keep those phones ringing, and we'll see who it is. Right now, let's get an update on traffic and weather. We update it every 10 minutes in the mornings, and let's see what's going on right now on the highways. And the ride this morning along the expressway, heavy Furnace Brook up towards Southampton Street. Route 3 northbound, not too bad. Southbound, a little slow at the Sagamore. 25 east, a little slow at the Bourne. And 495 southbound, the road is closed due to an overturned truck. All 3 lanes blocked, 495 south and 95 in Mansfield. Traffic's jammed back to Route 1, and all traffic is diverted to 95 south. South Shore weather, let's get the details now. And it's being sponsored by the Downtown Waterfront District. The Plymouth Seafood Festival is coming Saturday, September 26th. Enjoy the best local seafood, live music, and more. Find tickets and information at theheartofplymouth.org.
On the mild side this morning, we'll see clouds giving way to sun at times today. It'll turn very warm to hot, a high of 82. There'll be a breeze, though a lot of humidity moving in, especially later tonight, a low 68, a fair sky. Tomorrow, with the humidity, clouds, a few sunny breaks. There'll be a shower or a thunderstorm around, especially later in the day in the low 80s. Saturday, beautiful. What a nice way to bring in the last weekend of August with plenty of bright sunshine, low humidity, a high 78. Sunday, sun mixing with a few clouds, a high of 83. And then turning a little more showery with a backdoor cold front, dropping the temperatures early next week. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
If you love fresh New England seafood, mark your calendar for Saturday, September 26th. The Plymouth Seafood Festival is taking over Plymouth's beautiful waterfront district from 11 to 4 with an unforgettable day of food, fun, and family entertainment. Sample the best of the South Shore, including fresh oysters, delicious local lobster rolls, and rich, hearty clam chowder. Then cheer on your favorite in the popular clam chowder competition. Beyond the food, enjoy live music, crafts, and games, marine life exhibits, local beer and wine available for purchase, plus fascinating displays featuring harbor master and fishing boats. The festival spans 3 convenient waterfront locations: Hedge House Lawn, Town Hall Common, and the Harbor Masters Building, with a free trolley making it easy to visit them all. Whether you're a seafood lover or just looking for a great family day on the waterfront, the Plymouth Seafood Festival has something for everyone. The show goes on rain or shine, so get your tickets and the latest festival information today at theheartofplymouth.org. We'll see you on the Plymouth waterfront Saturday, September 26th.
Attorney John Duane here, reminding you to listen to Tom Williams live this Saturday and every Saturday. Tom Williams has over 45 years of experience giving sound advice on wills, trusts, estates, purchase and sale agreements, and family law. Join the conversation live this Saturday morning at 11 here on 95.9 WATD.
Do we have her online too? We do? All right. Yeah, we're going to go to the phone lines now. This is great. This is a last-minute giveaway. The Marshfield Fair tickets that you thought were all gone. Christine James found them. I know. And not just one, but 4 of them, which is great. It wasn't like 3.5 or something ripped, or it doesn't have any stain on it.
There's a tear on the corner. No, I'm just kidding. They're all pristine.
It is pristine, in good condition. And caller 12 is Jean from Quincy on the line. Jean, good morning.
Good morning.
Wow, you made it through. You're caller 12. And you thought, I guess...
Thank you.
I know. You said, wow, I guess I won't win any Marshfield Fair tickets this year on WATD. But all of a sudden, you were in the right place at the right time.
But I did. Thank you so much.
Oh, Jean.
Isn't that terrific? Oh, you're welcome. Have a blast.
I will.
Now, Jean, what do you love most about I imagine you've been to the Marshfield Fair at some point. What are your favorite things, or what do you look forward to doing?
My favorite thing is the animals. I love the 4-H. I love going and petting all the friends. And this weekend I'm going to go to the Derby.
Demolition Derby?
Yes.
That would be great, Jean. Yeah, do you ever thought someday you said you could do that, or you have done it over the years? Because I imagine you're probably a good driver, I can tell, and you could really move around the course, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if I'd be a very good demolition derby driver, but I am a great driver.
She is a good driver. All right, Christine. So there you go. All right.
I believe her. Because we've had some preliminaries here for the demolition derby right in our own parking lot. So
no, that's a true story.
It is.
True story.
We know who's a good driver.
We do.
I can
that.
feel it in my bones. You are.
I would park near you, Jean. I would park near you. Okay. So,
Jean,
Jean,
I thought I lost you guys. I'm back. Here I am.
Well, this is great. So, Jean, we've got your tickets for you. 4 passes. You're going to the fair, and thanks for listening to WATD.
Woohoo! Thank you, guys.
There you go.
Very welcome.
All right. Thank you, Christine. That was great.
Sorry, I just dug in there. See, it pays to be a pack rat sometimes, Rob.
Sometimes you never know. You never know. So that was great. Good stuff. All right. Well, Jean, congratulations. All right. Let's see. It is 8:26. So let's get your sports. And it was a loss for the Red Sox. They lose to the Marlins 4-0. So the Marlins avoid the sweep. Sox are off tonight. Tomorrow they'll begin a series in New York against the Yankees, and the Patriots will wrap up the preseason tonight as they will take on the Browns in Cleveland at 8. That's our update on sports and WATD.
Get ready for one of the South Shore's biggest summer traditions, the 2026 Plymouth Waterfront Festival, presented by the Plymouth Area Chamber of Commerce, is happening Saturday, August 29th. Spend the day on Plymouth's beautiful waterfront, exploring more than 230 local artisans, crafters, specialty vendors, and delicious food. Bring the kids to the Kids Discovery Zone, then race over to Brewster Gardens for the crowd favorite Ducky Dash. Take a quack at the $100 grand prize as 1,400 rubber duckies splash down Town Brook. Car lovers won't want to miss the Rebels and Rods Cruisin' Car Show on Water Street, stretching the festival across the entire waterfront. Then crank up the fun with live music at the Plymouth Amphitheater, featuring your favorite local acts and headliner, the Whiskey Treaty Roadshow. It's fun, it's free, and it's packed with something for everyone. It's the Plymouth Waterfront Festival, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, August 29th. This year's major festival sponsor is Bravo. Learn more at PlymouthWaterfrontFestival.com. Don't miss the excitement. We'll see you at the Plymouth Waterfront Festival this Saturday.
I know, it's almost here. We're going to be there. We're going to have a WATD booth set up. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got a table, all sorts of stuff, and we'd love to see you down at the Plymouth Waterfront Festival, 10 to 6 on WATD. Coming up next, we'll get a check of traffic and weather on the 9s on WATD.
WATD is proud to have won a National Edward R. Morrow Award for breaking news coverage of the Karen Reed murder trial. Depend on the South Shore's largest radio newsroom, 95.9 WATD and 95.9 WATD.com.
Coming to you from the WATD Coastal Heritage Bank Studios, community-focused, locally trusted since 1889. Coastal Heritage Bank, growing together. Member FDIC, member DIF, Coastal Heritage Bank. And if you want to check out the studios, you can always watch the live feed, WATD Radio on YouTube. WATD Radio on YouTube, you can watch the show and like and subscribe there as well. Lord Hadaway in our chat room as well. We welcome him back. He's our number one YouTube fan, back from an extended vacation. Missed Anthony's farewell. Hopefully we will see him in the chat room someday. And you know, you can go and watch that final show last week, Lord Hadaway, and you can see Anthony if you'd like. All right, 8:30 news coming up with Christine James. Liza Churchill, Goldie Bounce Golf coming up after the 8:30 news. Right now, 8:29, traffic and weather in the nines. 495 southbound is jammed. The road is closed. There's a trash truck that overturned all three travel lanes blocked. 495 south near 95 in Mansfield. Traffic's being diverted 495 south to 95 south. And traffic is stopped back at Route 1. And as we take a look at the expressway northbound, that's slow. Furnace Brook up towards Southampton Street. Route 3 northbound's not bad. Southbound reduced speeds at the Sagamore. Actually, just a brief delay. It looks like it's heavier, though, over at the Bourne Bridge getting on Cape. South Shore weather for today, clouds, some breaks of sun, a high 82. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low 68. 70 in Marshfield at 8:30.
The South Shore's Morning News on 95.9 FM WATD.
70 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 8:30. Meteorologist Rob Gilman calling for a high today of 82. Going to be warmer out there. News this hour brought to you by Tiny and Sons Glass. His boys do a good job. Call 1-888-64-TINIES. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening. All trial testimony has concluded in the murder trial of Lindsay Clancy. Closing arguments are scheduled to begin today. She's accused of strangling her 3 children in a case that has drawn attention to postpartum mental health. On the stand yesterday, Dr. Gregory Sadoff, a professor of emergency medicine and a forensic psychiatrist and rebuttal witness for the prosecution. Back on the stand in that murder trial, he discussed the medications that Clancy was on.
As a clinician, we do our best to try and treat symptoms.
So, Doctor, did you see, other than the Seroquel, any medications that the amount that was prescribed you would think would be over medication?
No.
And then the Seroquel itself, you said she was prescribed up to 400 milligrams, but she reported that she never took that amount, correct?
Correct.
And after her stay at McLean Hospital, she had been weaned off of the Seroquel, correct?
That's right.
And the only medications immediately after leaving McLean Hospital were trazodone and Valium, correct?
Correct.
During cross-examination, defense attorney Kevin Ruddington asked him about Clancy discussing her mental state and thoughts of suicide.
She was complaining not just to her physicians, but she was complaining to people in her community that she was having intrusive thoughts, dark thoughts, suicidal thoughts, and homicidal ideation. She said that, correct?
The homicidal ideation, as I understand, was just voiced to her husband and her mother.
Just voiced? Is that what you just said? Just voiced? Is that like talking about the Red Sox? She's talking about homicidal ideation of her children.
Sustained. Next question.
Prosecutors say Clancy planned the killings and understood her actions were wrong. Jurors must decide whether she was criminally responsible, and if so, exactly what crimes she committed. And again, court reconvenes this morning. Closing arguments are expected today. We'll be back. We're going to speak with Brian Shortsleeve right after this from Tiny and Sons.
Just last summer, Joe Weatherby took his son, Joe Jr., on his first deep-sea fishing trip. The water was beautiful after a red sky night, and Joe had broke out his fisherman's hat with every lucky bauble he had. All signs pointed to a big day for the Weatherbys. And wouldn't you know it, after just an hour out on the ocean, Joe Jr. caught the big one, a real whopper of a fish, a 4-foot, 50-pound Boston hake. It took all of Joe Jr.'s might to reel it in, but he sure made Dad proud. Back on the dock, Joe Sr. beamed with pride as his son posed for a picture with his catch. But as it turned out, that old hake had a little fight left in him. The fish wriggled free from Joe Jr.'s grasp, flew through the air, and landed right on the harbor master's SUV, smashing through the windshield. How's that for the one that got away?
I'm Peter Brown from Tiny & Sons Auto Glass. Windshield broken? Just call
1-888-64-TINY. And thank you.
8:34 on 95.9 News Now brought to you by Weemeyer Dentistry. Experience quality care with state-of-the-art equipment that will exceed your expectations every step of the way online at WeemeyerDentistry.com. Well, joining us now live on the South Shores Morning News, we have Brian Shortsleeve, Republican, and he wants to be the next governor here in Massachusetts. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Well, good morning, Christine. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, absolutely. Glad to hear you. By the way, I love that TV commercial you've got running right now with the long sleeves, the no sleeves, etc. That was one of the best political commercials I've seen for a while. Hey, if people don't...
I was at the Marshfield Fair on Saturday, and a lot of people were yelling out, hey, it's no sleeves, it's long sleeves. So I'm glad to hear people are seeing the spot.
Oh, some great recognition. Now, if people don't know exactly what you're about, give our listeners 3 things they need to know about your candidacy.
I am a proud Marine. I'm a successful entrepreneur, built a great business right here in Massachusetts. I'm a proven government reformer. I spent 2 years in state government a decade ago, driving change, reducing waste, auditing state government. And most importantly, I am the father of 3 teenage boys, and I want those boys to stay in Massachusetts and be living here and raising families and building businesses in a decade. But I think Massachusetts needs new leadership. We need a new direction. We've got to get the economy growing again. We've got to audit state government, and those are the things I'm going to do.
Now, what difference will it make, say, to the average voter in the state if you are elected? I know the big issue we hear time and time again with our listeners, with our political forums, affordability. People are really worried about it.
Well, listen, I learned a lot about leadership in the Marine Corps, and the Marine Corps leadership means putting the mission first and never backing down from a tough fight. My mission is to make Massachusetts more affordable. On day 1, when I am governor, I will strip all of the state-mandated fees out of your electric and gas bills. Today, if you look at your electric and gas bill, almost a third of that bill are state-mandated fees. We'll strip those out. We'll end the tax on tips. We'll end the tax on overtime. We will suspend the gas tax, and we will fight to reduce the state income tax from 5% to 4%. Those basic steps, cutting fees, cutting taxes, will save middle-class families thousands of dollars. And then on day 1, we will also begin an audit not only of the legislature, Christine, but of every executive department. We will audit every program, every line item. There are billions and billions of dollars of waste in state government. We got to find that waste through an audit, and we got to return it to taxpayers so that we can get our private sector growing again in Massachusetts and put money in people's pockets.
How do you see your path to victory in a heavily Democratic state with an incumbent in office?
Massachusetts today is almost 68% registered independent. So the reality in Massachusetts these days is most voters don't have an R or a D next to their name. So my focus is on those independent voters. 5 of the last 6 governors in Massachusetts are Republicans, and they're Republicans with a profile similar to mine. Businessmen, pro-choice, moderates, focused on fiscal issues. I am the electable conservative in this race. I am a fiscal conservative. I'm also the pro-choice candidate. And I think independent voters out there are looking for change. They feel this state's headed in the wrong direction under Maura Healey. They're getting crushed with electricity bills. They're getting crushed with taxes. And they know the government is wasting a lot of their money because every time they pick up the newspaper, they read about another SNAP fraud episode, another example of state government wasting millions of dollars on settlements. It's endless. We need new leadership. We got to cut taxes, cut fees, and audit state government.
If people want to find out more about your candidacy, again, we're speaking with Brian Shortsleeve, Republican for governor. How can they do that?
Well, they can check us out at brianshortsleeve.com or on Facebook at Brian Shortsleeve for Massachusetts. Please, everyone out there listening, get out and vote. I am asking for your vote. The Republican gubernatorial primary is September 1st. That is Tuesday. There's still an opportunity to early vote. Mail-in ballots are in play as well. A lot have already been cast, so find a way to get your vote in by Tuesday.
Well, thank you very much. Again, we've been speaking with Brian Shortsleeve. We appreciate you joining us, and good luck on September 1st.
Thank you, Christine.
You're very welcome. We'll be back with traffic and weather right after this.
I'm Dr. Wiemeyer from Contemporary Prosthodontics in Duxbury. If you have dental problems such as worn, broken, or missing teeth, dentures that aren't fitting right, or your smile just isn't what it used to be, a prosthodontist is the dental specialist that can help you. We can design a treatment for you that can be accomplished entirely in our office. Veneers, crowns, bridges, dental implants, dentures, you name it. We also offer financial solutions to make it affordable. Call us today for a free consultation, 781-934-2300, or find us at contemporarypro.com.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
Good morning. It is 8:39, and the drive this morning heading up Route 3 northbound looks good. Plymouth and Kingston right up into Weymouth. Some slowdowns up in Braintree. The ride on the southbound side of Route 3, not too bad at this Sagamore. Still a little busy up and over the Bourne Bridge heading on Cape. Northbound expressway into the city. Slowdowns from Furnace Brook up towards Southampton Street. The drive time 24 minutes. Braintree to Boston. 24 some slowdowns up through Avon and Stoughton. 93 south, a little busy. 24 over to Ponkapog. 128 sluggish. 95 heading up into Dedham. And 495 southbound. Big delays as you get towards a crash. An overturned truck. All three travel lanes are blocked. 495 south and 95 in Mansfield. Traffic's jammed to Route 1. And all traffic's diverted from 495 south to 95 south. This report is sponsored by the Early Law Group and attorney Chris Early. Injured? Call early before it's too late. Early Law Group and attorney Chris Early have helped thousands of Massachusetts injury victims fight for the compensation they deserve. Call early before it's too late. 617-444-7777. 617-444-7777. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather.
At the Blue Hill Observatory, 64 degrees, the dew point 62. The breeze from the southwest, 9 miles an hour. The barometer 30.09 inches, about steady. With the later sunrise now at 6:04 in the morning, a lot of color. We'll see some clouds breaking the sunshine at times. It's going to turn hot. You'll notice more humidity as the breeze picks up. The high 82. Tonight, lots of mugginess. There'll be a breeze at times. Fair, the low 68. Tomorrow, quite humid. Clouds, a few sunny breaks. Again, nudging the low 80s. There'll be a shower or thunderstorm in the area late in the day especially, and the breeze can turn onshore at a few beaches for a while. And then what a nice change heading into the last weekend of August. Saturday with a good deal of bright sunshine, low humidity, a high of 78. Sunday, sun mixing with a few clouds, a high of 83. A backdoor cold front will turn the wind in from the ocean. A couple of showers around and cooler early next week. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
71 degrees outside our South Shore studios, 8:42. That's local news. I'm Christine James, sending it back to Rob Hakala. He's right here on 95.9. Where else would he be? WATD.
Thank you, Christine. It's golf time on WATD. Liza Churchill, Goldie Bounce Golf, and also, in addition to Liza, I should mention we'll have a guest joining us. A local author, Tom Lehman, will be joining us after the news at 9. And it is a golf novel about second chances. It's called Level Par, How the Game of Golf Saved One Man's Life. We'll talk to Tom Lehman coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. Right now, our golf reporter, Liza Churchill, with her report. And local Celtics fans, did you know that Celtics guard Peyton Pritchard is a huge golfer? Well, the Peyton Pritchard Family Foundation's second annual charity golf tournament is coming up on September 14, and that will be on the Cape, I believe. Is that true? Okay, the Secaucus Golf Club on Cape Cod. And Goldie has all the details in this morning's Goldie Bounce Golf Report. Listen up.
A look at golf from our region and beyond. This is Goldie Bounce Golf. And to tell you all about it, here's Goldie.
Local Celtics fans, we all know Peyton Pritchard loves to compete, but apparently when the Celtics guard puts down the basketball during the off-season, the competition doesn't exactly stop. He just trades the basketball court for the golf course. If you've been following Pritchard's golf adventures this summer, he and his friends have been turning some of New England's best golf courses into their own unofficial tournament circuit. First off, there was the Open at Old Sandwich Golf Club in Plymouth, followed by the Invitational on Cape Cod at Cranberry Valley Golf Course in Harwich. From there, Pritchard's foursome moved to Comaquid Golf Club, and most recently, Pritchard & Co. took the competition over to Maya Comet on Nantucket. That's a priceless summer golf schedule. And somewhere along the way, another competition has emerged. Who's the best golfer on the Boston Celtics? Pritchard was asked that question recently, and surprisingly, he didn't pick himself. According to Peyton, Sam Hauser is probably number one. And the Celtics have apparently added another pretty good golfer to the locker room this year in veteran guard Mike Conley. Pritchard and Conley have already played 3 matches against each other. Conley has won 2, Pritchard 1. So Peyton's own Celtics golf rankings currently have Sam Hauser at number 1, Mike Connolly at number 2, and Pritchard himself 3rd. And I love that we're now keeping unofficial golf standings for the Boston Celtics. Pritchard is becoming a pretty serious golfer in his own right. He only took up the game last year, and earlier this summer, he was already talking about playing to roughly a 5 handicap. He also played in the Drive for Kids Celebrity Tournament in Maine and made his debut this summer at the American Century Championship at Lake Tahoe in California. It's safe to say Peyton Pritchard has officially caught the golf bug. Now he's using the game for something beyond bragging rights with his friends and Celtics teammates, because his next big New England golf date brings him back to Cape Cod. On Monday, September 14th, the second annual Peyton Pritchard Family Foundation Golf Tournament will be held at Saconaset Golf Club in Falmouth. Registration begins at 11 o'clock, followed by lunch at 11:30 with a 12:30 shotgun start. Golf registration includes a round of golf, cart, complimentary, on-course, food and drinks throughout the day. Post-round golf, there's a 5:30 cocktail reception with past hors d'oeuvres, player gifts, plus there's a silent auction. The money raised supports the Peyton Pritchard Family Foundation, whose goal is giving children and teenagers opportunities to succeed, educational opportunities, scholarships, and personal growth programs. If hearing all this has you thinking you'd like to get into Pritchard's next foursome, you'll want to check the tournament registration sooner rather than later. Some of the golf opportunities have already sold out, but the Foundation's registration page has the remaining ways to participate, along with tournament sponsorship opportunities. You can find everything through Peyton's Foundation website at PeytonPritchardFamilyFoundation.com. Once again, that's PeytonPritchardFamilyFoundation.com. Go to the Events tab, click Golf Tournament, then register now. Simple. Don't miss out. That's Monday, September 14th at Saconaset Golf Club in Falmouth. Pritchard's Massachusetts golf itinerary has been on fire this summer. But Peyton, there's still some work to do, because by your own admission, Sam Hauser still has the unofficial green jacket in the Celtics locker room. Go get it. This is Goldie Bounce Golf. I'm Liza Churchill for 959 WATD.
Thank you, Liza. Goldie Bounce Golf with Liza Churchill every week at this time on WATD. 8:48, traffic and weather is coming up next on the 9s.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
It's been a tough Saturday on the lake. I ordered swim trunks in this orange cream color, but it's actually more orange auburn. Oh, and it's swimwear. I probably can't even return these.
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Let's get back on top of the morning drive at 8:49. WATD traffic and weather on the 9s. All lanes blocked, 495 south. Big problem. This is down in Mansfield, so it won't affect, I imagine, most people in this area. But just to give you a heads up, because it's such a Serious issue, an overturned truck, 495 south. All travel lanes are blocked. 495 south at 95 in Mansfield. Traffic's back to Route 1. All traffic being diverted to 95 south. Route 1, both north and south off-ramps to 495. Those are closed as well. Taking a look at the drive closer to home along Route 3 northbound, no problems from Plymouth up to Weymouth. Some pockets in Braintree. Southbound is okay at the Sagamore. A little busy getting up and over the Bourne Bridge. And the expressway northbound is slow from Furnace Brook up towards Southampton Street. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now the updated South Shore weather. And our chief meteorologist is Rob Gilman with the South Shore's most accurate and dependable weather. It's being sponsored by the Early Law Group and attorney Chris Early. Injured? Call early before it's too late. 617-444-7777. That's 617-444-7777.
On the mild side this morning, we'll see clouds giving way to sun at times today. It'll turn very warm to hot, a high of 82. There'll be a breeze, though a lot of humidity moving in, especially later tonight, a low 68, a fair sky. Tomorrow, with the humidity, clouds, a few sunny breaks. There'll be a shower or a thunderstorm around, especially later in the day in the low 80s. Saturday, beautiful. What a nice way to bring in the last weekend of August with plenty of bright sunshine, low humidity, a high 78. Sunday, sun mixing with a few clouds, a high of 83. And then turning a little more showery with a backdoor cold front, dropping the temperatures early next week. Next weather in just 10 minutes. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Thank you, Rob. And right now, outside our studio in Marshfield, the temperature, we're at 72 degrees right now. High tide will be at 11:36 this morning. Low tide, 5:36 this afternoon. We'll get a check of sports coming up next.
Hi, I'm attorney Chris Early. If you've been injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or another serious accident, you may be feeling overwhelmed, stressed, and unsure of what to do next. That's where me and my team can help. At Early Law Group, we take the time to listen, answer your questions, and guide you through the legal process every step of the way. We believe every client deserves personal attention and compassionate representation.
Injured? Call early before it's too late. Early Law Group, 617-444-7777. That's 617-444-7777.
Call early before it's too late.
8:52, time now for WATD Sports. Good morning. I'm Rob Hakala. The Marlins avoid the sweep. They beat the Red Sox last night down in Miami, and the Red Sox lose 4-0. Sonny Gray was trying to become the first in the major leagues to get to 17 wins this season. He gave up 2 runs, 7 hits over 5 innings. He is 16-4 with the Red Sox, walked 1 and struck out 5. The Sox had won 5 straight. They're off today. Tomorrow, they'll begin a series in New York against the Yankees, a crucial 4-game series coming up for the Red Sox. That'll be tomorrow night at 7:15. And the Patriots wrap up the preseason tonight in Cleveland. They'll take on the Browns. That is tonight at 8. And that's our update on sports on WATD, sponsored by Brennan's Smoke Shop. Brennan's Smoke Shop, Massachusetts classic smoke shop since 1993. Now also on Route 3A in Hudson, New Hampshire. Shop their unmatched selection of quality cigars and tobacco products today from Brennan's.
Hey, it's Jeff from Brennan's Smoke Shop. I've always been honest with you. We took 17 days suspension the end of February. Luckily, the snowstorm shut everything down. Tough winter. We're still here fighting to keep our small business alive in this Commonwealth. We've been fighting. We don't want to fight anymore. That's why everyone has to scan ID for our tobacco products. Brennan's Smoke Shop, the best smoke shop in Massachusetts. Customers gotta scan their IDs. Have a good day.
The 158th Marshfield Fair is more than just rides and carnival games. It's the best spot in town for live music this summer. Catch local favorites all throughout the fair, on stage and in the Music Tent Tavern. And don't miss the annual North River Blues Festival on opening weekend and the New Country Music Weekend, August 29th and 30th. It's the 158th Marshfield Fair, August 21st to the 30th. For a schedule of events, visit marshfieldfair.org. The Marshfield Fair, Route 3A in Marshfield.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind on the South Shore? Head to Winslow's Kitchen Bar and Range at Green Harbor Golf Club in Marshfield. Whether you're fresh off the course or craving great food with a view, Winslow's delivers. Enjoy classic American favorites and handcrafted cocktails overlooking the beautiful fairways. Join friends for lunch, dinner, or a relaxing drink on the patio. At Winslow's, the basics are done with excellence. For your favorite dishes elevated to gourmet standards, visit Winslow's today at 624 Webster Street in Marshfield and taste the difference.
Nancy, I have exciting news and it concerns the Marshfield Hills General Store.
Ooh, did we get a new animal at the petting zoo?
Ugh, for the last time, we don't have a petting zoo. We have something better.
Better? Is it a dry cleaner except it's for your dishes?
It's an ice cream store, Jenny's Ice Cream Shop.
What? An ice cream shop?
Yes!
What do we sell there?
Ice cream!
No way!
Delicious ice cream.
Do we have waffle cones?
Yes, and sugar cones and cake cones.
What?
And sundaes and pup cups.
I want a pup cup.
That's for dogs.
What's your point?
My point is that there's a new ice cream shop in Marshfield Hills.
Right next to the general store at 165 Prospect Street?
Yes.
An ice cream store in Marshfield Hills right next to the petting zoo. This is the best day of my life.
Oh my God, I'm out of here.
I'm Steve Carell, and I approve this message.
Take a trip over to Jenny's Ice Cream next to the Marshfield Hills General Store. Open daily, noon to 8:30. Yeah, and I should mention that the Jenny's Ice Cream is going to be wrapping up. As you know, Labor Day will be their final day before they close for the season. So get over and get that ice cream before Labor Day will be their last day. They're going to open up early in the morning at 10 a.m., and whatever ice cream is left, they're going to sell it all. And also on Monday will be the Run for the Hills, the Marshfield 5K Run for the Hills, especially meaningful. It's going to be run in memory of Johnny Jaberti, a beloved son, brother, friend, teammate, and member of the Marshfield community. The proceeds are going to go from the race towards a scholarship fund being established in Johnny's name for college-bound Marshfield high school students. And if you would like to register, you can get more information at marshfieldhillsgeneralstore.com, and there'll be a button to register for that road race, a very special Run for the Hills this year on Labor Day, Monday, September 7. All right, it's 8:57 on the South Shore's Morning News. We'll get a check of traffic and weather coming up.
Friends with Benefits, Thursday nights at 9 on WATD. Join the roundtable as they explore everything from relationships and social issues to life stories, sports, and events. It's Brian Stratton's Friends with Benefits with your hosts Paul Kearney, Gabe Sirota, and Bob Anderson. Proudly sponsored by Atlantis Sports Clubs and Corey Brothers Stump Grinding. Tonight at 9 on 95.9 WATD.
Now, the Old Colony Elder Services Tip of the Month. August is National Wellness Month. OCES offers a variety of programs and services designed to help older adults stay healthy, active, and independent. From nutrition services and caregiver support to information and referrals, home care and protective services, OCES is here to help individuals access the support they need to maintain their health and quality of life. To learn more, visit OCESMA.org.
I'm Nicole Long, CEO at OCES. For more than 51 years, OCES has been empowering older adults and individuals with disabilities by providing information to support safe and healthy living as they grow older. We are a local, reliable resource, providing guidance on vital services and programs for people of all ages. For more information, call 508-584-1561 or visit us at OCESMA.org.
All right, coming up, we have ABC News on the way at 9. Christine, local news at 9:02. And then our fifth and final hour is coming up. We'll talk to author Tom Lehman about his new book, Level Par, How the Game of Golf Saved One Man's Life. And of course, you can text in to the show anytime, 781-837-4900, 781-837-4900 is our text line. We'd love to hear from you. The text line is sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. You bend it, they mend it. You better believe it. 8:59, traffic and weather on the 9s and the ride on Route 3 northbound. We're looking at a good ride from Plymouth as you make your way up into Weymouth, slowing down briefly a little bit in Braintree. Southbound looks good at the Sagamore. 25 east, a little slow at the Bourne. Northbound expressway is slow from Adams Street to Andrews Square. 495 south remains shut down, and 95 in Mansfield due to an overturned truck. The traffic drone is heading there, I believe, to see that, so hopefully we'll get some video on that. South Shore weather. For today, we will have clouds, some breaks of sun, a high 82. We're at 72 now at 9.
This is the South Shore's radio station, WATD FM Marshfield. And on your smart speaker, say play WATD. WATD.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. At least 289 people we know are dead in Nepal, swept away by raging floodwaters after the collapse of a glacier in the Himalayas. About 1,300 people are still missing, including 63 Americans. 2 Americans who had been missing have been rescued. Darren Jacqueline is a Canadian tour in Nepal. She says it was at a border crossing being destroyed by a wall of water and mud. He says it hit just hours before.
I thought to myself, where would I have ran when I was there? What's my exit points? Where would I have ran? And I'm thinking to myself, there's nowhere I could go. There's just mountains all around us, and there's no exit points.
Experts say the energy involved in the floods matched a 5.2 magnitude earthquake. Closing arguments begin soon in the murder trial of Lindsay Clancy. Her defense team says the Massachusetts mother was suffering postpartum psychosis when she killed her 3 young children. Military judge sets a June 2028 date for the trial of Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. This is ABC News. A federal judge who blocked the most controversial aspect of President Trump's executive order aimed at restricting mail-in ballots has now lifted that restriction. The move came following the Supreme Court's ruling this week that legal challenges are premature. ABC's Devin Dwyer explains what it means.
The president can begin to make plans and implement a bunch of those provisions, including the building of citizenship lists, the tasking of the Justice Department to prosecute state election officials who might inadvertently or otherwise get mail ballots in the hands of non-citizens, and then critically have the Postal Service come up with some new rules for how they will do their new directed job from the president of being the mail ballot police.
General Mills has announced that all of its cereals in the United States, including Trix and Lucky Charms, are now made without artificial colors. By the end of next year, the company says 100% of its products, including fruit snacks and baking products, will be made with natural dyes. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.9 WATD.
959WATD.com.
72 degrees outside our South Shore studios at 9:02. Meteorologist Rob Gilman calling for a high today of 82. Going to get warmer out there. News this hour brought to you by Cape Cod 5, passionate about supporting the financial wellness of individuals, families, and businesses across southeastern Mass. Visit their new location on Commerce Way in Plymouth today. Good morning. I'm Christine James. Now here's what's happening. All trial testimony concluded yesterday in the murder trial of Lindsay Clancy. Closing arguments scheduled to begin this morning. She's accused of strangling her 3 young children in a case that has drawn attention to postpartum mental health. Judge William Sullivan addressed the jurors before they left for the day yesterday.
Now you've heard all the evidence. For the first time I can say that. You've heard all the evidence. But you haven't heard the arguments from the attorneys. You haven't even heard, like I said before, the law that you're to apply. So you still have to keep an open mind. All right? So those instructions that I gave you the last 4 or 5 weeks, they're doubled down today. All right? Don't read anything. Don't talk about this. Don't watch anything. Don't discuss this with anyone. And keep an open mind.
Clancy has pleaded not guilty by reason of lack of criminal responsibility. Her lawyers argue she was experiencing postpartum psychosis when she killed Cora Dawson and Callan Clancy at the family's Duxbury home in January of 2023. Prosecutors say Clancy planned the killings and understood her actions were wrong. Jurors must decide whether she was criminally responsible, and if so, exactly what crimes she committed. More news after this.
At Cape Cod 5, we believe financial strength isn't built alone. It's built together.
From saving for a home to working toward retirement or planning for the future, we're here to provide tools, guidance, and personal service to help you move forward with confidence. And our team of community bankers will partner with you every step of the way because we care about your financial goals. And together, we can help you achieve them. We look forward to helping you. CapeCod5.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 401717.
904 on 95.9. News now brought to you by King Optical. Choose from thousands of custom frames or get replacement lenses crafted for your favorite pair of glasses. You can clearly see why they've been in business for over 70 years. Visit kingoptical.net. A Bridgewater couple facing charges. They were paid over $267,000 in state and federal benefits they were not eligible to receive. 32-year-old Rachel Cadis and 34-year-old Brian Ferreira arraigned in Brockton Superior Court on several charges of theft and fraud. Plymouth County DA Tim Cruz says the charges against the couple stem from an investigation by several agencies about their scheme to receive benefits from Social Security, Mass Health, SNAP, the state's supplemental program, and rental assistance for families in transition. Authorities say Cadis posed as an unwed mother living alone with her children and not receiving money from Ferreira. Investigators say that the couple actually did live together with their 4 children and received a decent income and had employer-provided health benefits. Authorities say the couple indicted last year on another criminal case. Investigators say they wanted to start a GoFundMe for a homeless man, but he did not get any of the money that they raised. Well, a committee that would study how to increase business tax revenue in Marshfield, that's being formed. Tom Gorman is this.
The Marshfield Select Board approved to form a 9-member economic development committee that will look at ways to boost business growth in town. Board Chair Rick Smith explains.
So we're going to get together, build a committee that consists of residents of our community, representatives from the Chamber of Commerce, and advisors that can help us be able to figure out how we can support our local businesses and improve the revenue base in our town. Clearly, any dollar of revenue that we get from a business is a dollar revenue we don't have to be asking from a resident through property taxes. And as part of my pledge to the town to ensure that we don't return to a future override state and have additional financial problems, this is something I committed to doing. We're going to see through to make sure it happens.
The committee would look into improving business districts like Brent Rock.
Brent Rock revitalization is understanding how to help and support our small businesses down there and make the public realm a place that people are going to want to be at in order to enjoy those businesses. And not to say that it isn't right now, but there's a lot I think we can be done down there that still preserves the community, still preserves the look and the feel that everybody knows and loves about Brant Rock. Sometimes a contentious and controversial stance as far as how that revitalization happens, but the way that we're going to tackle it is not by not dealing with it. It's not going to be through being silent about it. It's going to be through asking the questions, getting together and working together as a community to figure it out.
Officials would also look in improving the downtown business area.
You think about the Webster Square area and the walkability over there and the kind of businesses that we have and whatnot. We want to encourage that to be a place where people are out and about, and for both our residents and for our visitors. And so we have to figure out how we can partner with businesses to support them in that endeavor. Our businesses, similar to our residents and our visitors, they're part of the fabric of our community. And if we don't work together with them and support them, then there's a major part of our community that we're leaving dormant. We need to help them out.
Applications are now being accepted from residents to serve on the committee. Officials hope to have it up and running by the end of September. Reporting from Marshfield, Tom Gorman, WATD News.
158th Marshfield Fair happening right now. It's running through this Sunday. Our own Rob Hakala was there this week. He's able to talk with some of the attendees out there.
We know Naomi from Weymouth is here as well. She's excited for the Marshfield Fair. And Naomi, I know you have a good group of people as well. And this is you couldn't have picked a better day weather-wise.
I know, it's beautiful out, nice and sunny and not too hot.
Yeah, this is great. Now, what do you love about the Marshfield Fair? What are you most excited to see or do?
I like to play you shoot the ball, and try to get the balloon to break.
Okay, yeah, one of the contests, the carnival ride, you get a prize? Do you get like a...
I like fried dough.
Fried dough, okay, and then do you like to walk away with like a big stuffed animal or something like that?
If I do, I give it to my granddaughter, Leah.
Oh, everyone's a winner, everyone's a winner. Come on over here and play a game.
It's a great accent. That was David Wolfson there with Rob. There you have lots of fun and grab some great food. For more information about the Marshfield Fair, go to marshfieldfair.org.
Hi, I'm Jeff Volpe. At King Optical, we've seen it all. No pun intended. Some people put their glasses on top of their head, stretching the frame. Some people drop them and scratch them. Sit on them. Oh no! Even leave them on the dashboard of their car. Remember, King Optical has a full-service eyeglass department. We can duplicate your scratched lenses and repair your frames. King Optical, 20 School Street West in Braintree. Online at kingoptical.net.
Now, WATD traffic and weather on the 9s.
Good morning. The time now is 9:09, and we're still dealing with some tough spots out there this morning. The good news on the South Shore, it's been on the light side, as we typically see in a summer morning. And Route 3, no major delays from Plymouth up to Weymouth. The southbound side of Route 3 is not bad to the Sagamore. We do have a little bit of company up and over the Bourne Bridge, but not too bad. Northbound on the expressway, still seeing slowdowns from Adams Street East Milton as you make your way up towards Andrews Square. The drive time is about 23 minutes from Braintree to Boston. And 24 is slow near 139, 93 south, a little sluggish near Route 28 and Ponkapog. Keep in mind we do have serious delays in Mansfield. Again, not close to our area, obviously, but just to let you know, 495 south, all lanes are closed. This is due to an overturned truck approaching 95 on 495 south in Mansfield. All traffic is now being diverted to Route 1 in Plainville. 495 south getting off at Route 1 in Plainville, as again they've been dealing with a serious crash. 495 south at 95 where the truck has overturned and all three travel lanes are blocked. Traffic on the 9s every morning. Traffic emergencies when they happen on WATD. Now, South Shore weather.
We have some sun mixed with the clouds today. It's going to turn hot, a high of 82. The breeze will pick up later on, and you'll notice more humidity, especially going into tonight. Steamy, the hazy sky, low 68. Tomorrow, quite humid. Clouds, a few sunny breaks, a shower, a thunderstorm in the area, especially late in the day and away from any sea breeze, a high in the low 80s. Saturday, beautiful, good deal of bright sunshine, low humidity, a high of 78. Sunday, sun mixing with a few clouds, a high of 83. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Right now we are looking at 73 degrees out there, 9/11. That's local news. I'm Christine James, sending it back to Rob Hakala this beautiful morning right here, 95.9 WATD.
It is a beautiful morning. Christine, thank you so much. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Fifth and final hour of the South Shore's Morning News coming to you from Broadcast House in beautiful Marshfield here on Enterprise Drive. The text line is open if you want to connect with the show. You can do that. Text us at 781-837-4900 on the Auto Shine Auto Body text line. Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree, 781-837-4900. All right, well, as promised, I do have a special guest in studio. We're excited to bring on a local author. His name is Tom Lehman. He has spent many years in writing. In fact, he wrote for several years, 7 years, for the Boston Herald. Is that correct? Boston Herald for 7 years as a sports writer. And he wrote features and covered the sports scene. And now he has published his first book, and we're excited to have him on here. This is a fictional story, and it's called Level Par, How the Game of Golf Saved One Man's Life. Tom Lehman. Good morning, Tom.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate being here.
Yeah, great to have you. And a local South Shore guy.
I'm a Pembroke guy, yeah.
Yeah, Pembroke guy.
Yeah, Pembroke. Went to Silver Lake, class of 2002. I lived in the city for like 12 years when I was kind of like, going to school and then working in the Herald, and then kept coming south. I was in Quincy for 5 years, and now I'm in Plymouth. So South Shore is a great place.
It is a good
family's
place.
here, so it's home.
I get it. Usually, sometimes, especially around college and shortly thereafter, there are the city years for many young people, and that's
you got to escape for a little bit. But then you kind of look at like everything that's kind of happened around here. It's just pretty crazy at the growth that's happening on the South Shore. And it's a beautiful place. So.
It is with a lot of golf courses.
With a lot, I'm in like the hub of golf in Plymouth, so I can't be too mad about that.
Now, so do you love golf personally?
Yeah. Okay. I think there is there was a love-hate with it for a long time. I think that a lot of that comes out in the book. I played junior golf. I probably started playing around 6 or 7 years old. My dad was a member at Marshfield Country Club for about 40 years, and I played my junior golf there. And then I played in high school, and then I kind of just ran into the pitfalls of some drugs and alcohol and things like that just steered me in a different direction.
Wow.
And then I moved down to Florida to see if I can continue to play. So I was always like, breaking 80 or like right around there and, playing decent golf. And then I moved down to Florida and just kept moving in a wrong direction. So I quit golf for like 10 years, and then COVID got me back into the game of golf. And it was one of those things that was the only thing to do. And I've just grown back in love with the game. And then I thought, hey, there's a weird parallel story that I could write about this, and that's where I started kind of writing the book Level Par. So it's been great.
So Level Par, obviously this is a fictional story based on some real experiences in life, and it sounds like you've been able to overcome a lot in your own life personally to become what you're doing now successfully in the writing and video industry as well. So take us through Level Par. This is a golf fiction novel about second chances, mental toughness, and the courage to play the next shot on the course and in life. It says Level Par, how the game of golf saved one man's life. So fill us in on the story and who Jake Stedman is.
Yeah, so Jake Stedman, he was a very good junior golfer who was kind of like always winning his local club championships, and then as he started moving forward in his career in high school career, he started to realize like, oh, I'm not as good as who I thought I was, and then through kind of similar to my story, got into some things and really moved down to Florida, and then he also kind of like just flamed out. So you pick up later in life with Jake. And you pick up on the first hole of U.S. Open local qualifying, and he's got 4 shots to secure a spot in golf's longest day. But so you're playing the last hole on the 18th with Jake, but you're also remembering everything that happened to him in his life. So he's reminiscing about how do I hit this shot, but also everything that's happened to him to get him to that point. So it really is. It's a story about golf, but it's also just a story about a guy who's kind of overcome a lot of different things in life, a lot of different challenges, a lot of like poor relationships with people. And it's about a community that he had to build up around him to bring him back to life. And there's a lot of twists and turns about where Jake goes with the struggles that he's had, that he's mostly done to himself. And you really do kind of, at one hand, it's a true golf book where it's like, golf aficionados will be like, oh, I know what it's like to be in this situation of having to hit this shot and my brain is going crazy. While other people can pick it up and look at it and say, oh, I know what it's like to struggle in life, and whether I am whether I bake, whether I'm a chef or this or that. Like, if that's my passion and I got away from my passion, and now I'm moving back towards it. Like, what are the challenges that come with that of trying to relive a life that you probably thought you should have had?
And you talk about, how Jake has a loyal friend, and, how important is someone that's battling something to have support, right? That's key. We hear about that. That's important, right, to have a good group of people around you?
Yeah. I would say, I think my struggles would never got to the level of, like, other people's struggles, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely struggled with alcohol and other things, and I just didn't do the things that I wanted to do with the game of golf when I was a younger kid. And so, but yeah, I think you're 100% right in knowing that community is so important to have around you. Support system is so important to have around you. And what Jake was doing is he was living this this life by himself, and he was living his struggle by himself. And he thought he was the only one in the world that was struggling with these things. When he started to kind of reach outside of himself and find people who were on his team, he started to kind of get himself back together. And you see that progression of Jake throughout the book from where I think what's nice about it, it's a broken timeline. So like you are on the final hole, but you're going back and forth all the way to his childhood, to when he was struggling with golf, to when he was down in Florida, to all the points that led him up until that very moment where he is on that final hole of the U.S. Open local qualifying.
Tom Lehman is with us. Leveled Par, how the game of golf saved one man's life. We talk about support and also the game of golf. And also someone such as yourself that also has covered sports for many years. How important is sports is something we have heard over the years as well. I mean, certainly with younger people, they say, if you're someone that maybe is going to be steered toward or attracted to some trouble, that sometimes sports is a way to focus the brain. How important is sports when it comes to making people, as far as being held accountable and also more of like a positive role model?
I think it's incredibly important, especially like for an individual game like golf. Like it can all fall on you, right? Like that's the challenge and the pitfall of it, right? It's like you're going to fail in golf 90% of the time. Like I even think about yesterday, I went and shot 95 yesterday and I'm a 7.9 handicap, and I'm like, oh man, I could be really upset about that, or I could look at it from a different lens and say, okay, how do I learn from that round that I had yesterday to move forward? And I'm hoping that my book reaches a lot of like younger people who are at that crossroads of their life, high school, college years. Like there's a lot of noise that is out there, and if you can find something that you're passionate about and strive towards it instead of like maybe going down those pitfalls, and then sport plays so much into it. Like I think about all the stories that I wrote about, all the features that I did at the Boston Herald. A lot of it comes from struggle. Like a lot of it, like how are they using this game to help them move past something? And those are the stories that I love to tell. Like I enjoyed covering the Red Sox. I enjoyed covering the Patriots and going to the game and all those things. But I wanted to kind of go deeper than just the box score or just covering game coverage. So I found a passion for meeting people where they're at and telling their story. And so I kind of blended like my story with, all the hundreds of stories that I've ever like kind of told on the pages of the Boston Herald to kind of come up with these characters and blend it into something that made sense that I feel like people will have a chance to resonate with. So it's sport to me. It doesn't have to just be sport. It could be any kind of passion that you have in life. It's important to have. I mean, you've been in radio for 25 years. Like, if you didn't love this,
I know.
Would you show up every single day? I don't know.
At 5 in the morning?
Exactly.
No, it's right. I mean, as I say, it's fun, and whatever you have, you hope that you can find something in life that you can at least show up every day and get excited about. Yeah. And you're right. It's something of those passions, and there also can be things that might take us away from that. And you're right, it's great to get back to that and maybe to find your way again too.
Yeah, I think that's what the whole book is about. It's about finding your way. It's not about whether you succeed or fail. It's like, how do you find your way in life?
And second chances.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, I think everyday athlete wants a second chance, right? Yeah, we all want it, but
that's true. I mean, I suppose when it comes to golf, I can't help but think about the story of Tiger Woods.
Yeah, of course.
You think about so much, and you just think about like you said, getting out there again after all some of those struggles.
Yeah.
And trying, that must be a huge part of it's in your head all the time.
Yeah, especially in golf. Like if you really think about like how individual it is.
Yeah.
And you're only as good as your next shot.
Yeah.
And there's always a next shot, and there's always a better feeling that you can get out there from the game of golf. Like you could always get better, and you can always get worse, and there's just no winning it either. It's an infinite game, not a finite game. So.
Well, Tom, it's been great to have you on this morning. Tom Lehman, Level Par, how the game of golf saved one man's life. And the webpage is, levelparbook.com.
Yep.
Level par, P-A-R, book.com. You can get more information there. And is that how people that are curious now that want to get the book or order it? How do they get it?
Yeah, they can
Tom?
order it at levelpowerbook.com. It's available on audiobook and on Kindle and in paperback. I have a podcast that I started. I got my Instagram, at level_par. But yeah, levelpowerbook.com is the best way to get the book.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I see a bunch of videos.
Yeah, honestly, like I've been kind of blending my video work with this to find some passion with it. So I also have a video production company called Layman's Terms Productions. So the name works pretty good. So
yeah,
but yeah, I'm trying to find like clients in the South Shore who want to help tell their story, whether it's on social media or anything like that. Like I can bring a videography background to that as well. But I just love getting to the root cause of like why you started what you started and what makes you you and how do you connect to your customers. And like I'm hoping that my book can bring that out in a lot of people, but I also just want to continue to do both and feed my creative mind. So
Tom Lehman, Level Par. And again, get more information at levelparbook.com. Great to have a great local author in studio. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me. Great
to meet you, Tom. And we encourage people to order and pick up the book. A great story. All right, let's get the update on traffic and weather. And then Dr. John Hayes is coming up. But right now, we do want to let you know, looks like the drone is overhead, 495 southbound, that crash. The truck tipped over. And maybe it was carrying gravel or sand or something, but it spilled across all three travel lanes. 495 south closed between Route 1 and 95. All traffic diverted to Route 1. 495 south in Mansfield. The expressway northbound is heavy Adams Street to Southampton Street. Route 3 looks good along the South Shore. Not seeing any big delays now at the Cape Bridges. South Shore weather for today. We will have clouds, some breaks of sun, 82 for your Thursday. Tonight, mostly cloudy, low 68. And tomorrow, clouds, some peaks of sun in the morning. Then a mix of clouds and sun Friday afternoon. The risk of a shower, a thunder shower, a high 82. 74 right now in Marshfield.
One Stop Painting and Renovating.
For 40 years, both homeowners and businesses across the South Shore have trusted One Stop Painting to keep their properties looking their best. Whether you need interior or exterior painting, carpentry repairs, or professional house washing, One Stop Painting has you covered. We use both soft and high pressure washing techniques to safely clean everything from delicate siding and decks to walkways and commercial buildings. From a single room to an entire office complex, we proudly serve both residential and commercial customers with the quality, professionalism, and attention to detail that have made us the local favorites for 4 decades now. Thinking ahead, now's the perfect time to schedule your interior painting projects. Book your winter work early and ask about our winter discounts available on select interior projects. Don't wait until a schedule fills up. Call One Stop Painting today and discover why we've been the South Shore's trusted painting and property maintenance company for 40 years now.
Call us at 508-888-3500 or check us out online at onestoppainting.com.
One Stop Painting. One call does it all.
One Stop Painting and Renovating.
It's the bottom of the ninth. Luchetti's is up to bat. Bases are juiced with their lineup of quality pre-owned cars. The Jeep Wrangler takes his lead off third. The Nissan Murano behind him at second. The Honda Civic, the trail car, at first.
Big spot for these young guys. All 2025 makes, brand new to Luchetti's. Love to see them making an impact early.
Joe Schmo on the bump for sleazy used car lots. He's got to be shaking in his boots with who's coming to bat.
Here he comes. It's that big Ford Bronco. What a year he's having for Luchetti's. Just 15,000 miles on him. I wouldn't want to pitch to this guy.
Schmo sets and delivers. And there it goes, another grand slam for Luchetti's.
We shouldn't be surprised with a lineup of quality pre-owned cars this deep. It's no wonder that nobody can hang with Luchetti's.
Well, you know what they say, you can't compete with complete.
This is State Representative Michelle Badger. As we head into a new school year, I want to wish all our students, educators, staff, and families a wonderful back-to-school season. As a Plymouth Public School alumna, former fundraiser for public higher education, and former school committee member for more than 13 years, education has always been one of my top priorities. It has been an honor to serve as a state representative for the 1st Plymouth District, and I respectfully ask for your vote on September 1st and November 3rd to keep advocating for Plymouth.
Paid for by the committee to elect Michelle Badger.
And good morning. We continue on the South Shore's Morning News. I'm Rob Hakala with the morning team. Thanks for being with us. Every week at this time, we check in with Dr. John Hayes. Dr. John Hayes Jr. For a better experience, try his direct primary care practice. It's in Marshfield. drjohnhayesjr.com, drjohnhayesjr.com. Dr. Hayes, good morning.
Rob, good morning.
All right, so here we go. 10 ways we can help you prevent and manage diabetes.
Yes.
I'm familiar with, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of us are, Rob.
Yeah, so...
I grew up with diabetes in my family.
Yes.
Watched my grandfather pass away early. Insulin-dependent diabetic.
Yes, it's been sad. Certainly, we've
Yeah.
known people that have had serious conditions, or
Correct.
maybe even had to have had an amputation in some cases.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So the good news is there are a lot of better ways to manage today, and we can help you. And the good thing is, too, that I think people are a lot more aware, but we want to make sure we kind of get the information out here, because I think obviously here in the United States, I think we do have an issue sometimes.
Well, we do have an issue. And, in my practice, I tend to be much more strict about this than a lot of people are.
Okay.
So, look, the issue is not only diabetes, but it's prediabetes. I take care of a lot of neurologically impaired and neuropathy patients. And when you look at all the causes of peripheral neuropathy, which now affects well over 30 million people just in the United States, the number one cause is what's called idiopathic, meaning we don't know what causes it. But when you take a look at idiopathic neuropathy, about 50% of those, maybe even more, is due to prediabetes.
Okay.
So prediabetes is the space between the onset of acute diabetes and years before. So prediabetes can precede diabetes by years. So that's why I tend to be very strict with people, and I check their hemoglobin A1C levels every 90 days.
Oh, okay.
So, in some practices, they might go 6 months, they might go a year. I don't believe in that at all.
Okay.
Okay, especially the older we get.
Yeah.
So, and the issue is that so much of it is carbohydrate consumption. The worst things are, in terms of dietary things, right off the bat, sodas, sugary beverages, juices that are not dilated with sugar and that type of thing. Those are the worst. And then too many snacks.
Drink.
So that's the issue. And the other issue is combined with obesity and lack of physical activity. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire. The combination of all those things together.
Okay, so we got to go through. You want to go through
step by step.
Step by step. Let's go through here. So number one, we're going to start with diet.
Yeah, healthy diet, carb controlled. Like you talked about, Mediterranean type diet, which is mostly plants and healthy proteins.
That's what I guess I have to change more towards, and and I think that will help with my cholesterol level.
We all do. I had a patient recently who's contemplating moving overseas just because they eat so much better.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that.
I know.
But
I know.
I mean, obviously, where you are and what you're surrounded with, I mean, it's going to play a factor for sure, and there's a lot of temptation.
There's a lot of temptation.
No
Processed
that,
foods, they taste really good. They can be addicting.
No, I know.
It's just hard to go on and on with them.
Those waffle fries, they bring me in, doctor.
Well, there you go.
I know. No, I know. I can't have those. Okay, so we know the things: sugary, fried foods, processed meats. So diet, we'll start there, and then number two, of course, is moving around, because you talked about diet plus no physical activity.
Yeah, but the other thing too about this is really important. To help lower and manage blood sugar, it's going to be physical activity around the time that you eat.
Okay.
So we used to say you have to do a half-hour walk after Thanksgiving dinner to feel better, and one of the reasons for that is helps to control blood sugar. We know now that even just if you're housebound and you're walking around after you eat in the house, you're going to lower your blood sugar and have better blood sugar control because your muscles are going to start to uptake the glucose, and your sugars are generally not going to spike as bad as they were. That's in the pre-diabetic state. Once you get in the diabetic state, though, it's much, much harder.
Yeah.
It requires diligence with medication and glucose
monitoring. So you think
and
having
so on.
a walk after a meal is a good thing?
It's a really good
start
thing.
There and then
really
go?
Good thing.
Okay.
Yep. And they've done some other studies too, Rob, where you don't necessarily have to walk. You can do wall squats. You could do some light weights, even with soup cans or that type of thing. But physical activity around mealtime is proven to help moderate blood sugars.
All right, so the other issue, of course, is getting onto the scale here and taking a look at the weight.
Monitoring weight, it's key. And, this is another thing that we tend to go crazy on. And I tell people, with rare exception, my recommendation is weigh yourself weekly. 1 day a week, pick the day, pick the time, and go from there. And monitor it, though. Keep an eye on it. Because you can jump on the scale after eating or drinking a lot, and you might notice, oh, my God, I gained 2.5 pounds. No, you didn't. You ate normally, and you're hydrated.
Yeah.
So that's why you just want to be careful. So usually, in terms of weight checks, I recommend like first morning on a weekend day. For most people, that seems to work well.
Okay, maintain the healthy weight. This is something we just touched upon last week, which is about smoking and vaping and that kind of thing. But obviously, we know that smoking and diabetes, that also has a direct correlation, right?
It does. Increased incidence of heart disease, stroke, and so on.
Yeah.
So,
controlling your blood pressure.
So, yes, that's absolutely key. So if you're instructed by a doctor to be measuring your blood pressure at home, again, usually the most important ones for me are first thing in the morning before caffeine and then later in the day as well. Okay. That's what I usually recommend, sometimes more often if we're changing medications or that type of thing. But the other thing is when you lose weight, when you are more physically active and you eat healthier, your blood pressure will tend to drop more naturally anyways because your intake of essential minerals like magnesium and potassium is actually going to go up. So diet does have a significant influence on most blood pressure, but there are types where it does not, which is why you have to be under your doctor's care and pay attention to what they're telling you.
Okay. Number 6 here is the other one now. I have to be a little concerned. Reduce your cholesterol. My level was just a little higher than last checkup.
So look, but that's a good thing. You know what it is. You know what you need to do to change. That's why I tell people all the time. You're better to know than to not know.
Well, exactly. Keep getting your checkups and have the levels checked out. Like
get checked.
We talked about. I get my blood checked a little bit more regularly than every 6 months.
And look, do the best you can. Follow advice. There are genetics involved too. That's why you always have to be in touch with your physician.
That is true. There certainly have. And do genetics play a role in cholesterol? There have been some people.
Absolutely, positively. There's 4 different types.
I remember even someone like a relative of mine. I remember they were very young and a kid. They were playing sports, but for some reason the doctor said the cholesterol was high.
There's classically 4 types of hyperlipidemia. We've identified many more.
All right.
It's an issue.
Work on that. The thing is that we've talked about with all of these is get those baselines checked, and then you know where to go.
Right.
And number 7 is right up there as well with monitoring that blood sugar.
So a couple good things about this now. You can get what's called a CGM, a continuous glucose monitor. If you are on insulin, you need a prescription for one. But if you are not insulin dependent or you're pre-diabetic and or struggling with blood sugar levels, you can purchase the Stelo, STELO, CGM, continuous glucose monitor, and start to use that. Your cost on that is around $150 per month total, maybe a little bit less, but it could save your life.
Okay, that's a good one.
The CGMs are really, really good. They've come a long way.
Let's see. Take your medications as prescribed.
Whatever's prescribed to manage your diabetes. If you're instructed to use a CGM and send your reports to the doctor, or if you're still doing finger sticks, which some people still prefer, just do it and make sure that you're on the same team.
Hydration, number 9.
Hydration's key.
Okay, so keep the water level to where it should be.
Exactly.
Okay. And number 10, seek knowledge and education.
You stay informed, and just, again, we talked about this the last 2 weeks, but please be careful of so-called influences and online rabbit holes. It's becoming very dangerous, very, very dangerous. So connect yourself with a good, competent physician and pay attention to his or her recommendations.
Okay. And there's a lot of more information on the blog. You can go to drjohnhayesjr.com to find out about preventing and managing diabetes.
Absolutely.
And you can also call or text his practice. They're in Marshfield on School Street. 781-659-7989, 781-659-7989, Dr. John Hayes Jr. at drjohnhayesjr.com. Dr. John Hayes, thank you.
Thank you, Rob.
95.9 WATD. All right. Great to have you along. This is South Shore's Morning News. And coming up, we'll get our full report on traffic and weather. We are going to get back out onto the roadways, still dealing with an overturned truck on 495 South. That road is closed between Route 1 and 95, heading out of Plainville into Mansfield. As far as close to home, though, Route 3 looks good along the South Shore. We'll get our full report coming up. But first, it is the final Thursday of the month, the final Thursday of August. is here, and that means time to check in with the Center for Active Living in Plymouth, the Cal, and Bernadette Denson. Good morning, Bernadette.
Good morning. Thanks for having us back.
Absolutely, Bernadette. Okay, so what's going on? What are we going to talk about this month?
We have all kinds of stuff coming up for September. I had a hard time picking today, Rob. There's too many good things coming.
Ooh, okay. All right. Fill us in.
So we want to let you know we have some campfire music coming with Sean Fullerton. He's really a great musician, and he's coming on Tuesday, September 15th at 5 o'clock till 6:30, and our ukulele group is going to be joining in with him. We're going to do a special campfire music with him. So it happens to be the month of Senior Appreciation Day, so we're serving up some yummy s'mores, and we're going to do it's an inside event, so it's not an actual campfire, but we have our own little virtual campfire going on, so it should be a lot of fun, and that's a free event for people. We also have a Cal Mixer coming up on Wednesday, September 30th at 1. That's to help us celebrate National Senior Center Month. We have an amazing facility here, and we really want to make sure that people get in and check it out if they haven't already, and come make new friends, reconnect, and it's just going to be a fun event with treats and refreshments, and we hope that people will join us for that. That's also another free event. We want to let people know that Cheryl Boteri is coming back to the Cal to do a book club and discussion series for us. She's an amazing lady. She's an end-of-life educator, a family support specialist that's done a number of programs here. They're always very popular, helping people deal with issues to think about related to end-of-life. She's going to be reading a book called Being Mortal, Medicine and What Matters in the End by Atul Gawande. I'm going to hope I said that right.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a tough one. It's a 3-part series, and it begins September 15th. It'll also meet October 13th and November 10th at 2:15. So that's another free program thanks to a grant from the Mass Councils on Aging. They have an amazing initiative that's focused on strengthening end-of-life conversations. So we're grateful for them. And Cheryl is actually returning to us. There's another program that she'll be doing. She'll be part of our Caregiver Connection series, which is another new series we're introducing. It's going to be both in-person and a virtual option. So that's going to be something everybody that's dealt with being a caregiver knows it's rewarding, but it's also very challenging. So we want to collaborate with community partners to present in this new group, and it's going to offer resources and information to help family and friends navigate the ups and downs of caring for older adults. So that'll be here. Cheryl will be joining it on Tuesday, September 15th at 6 p.m. We're trying to get some evening options in for people. So that option will be in person, and then we'll also do a virtual option on Tuesday, September 29th at 12:30. And Ruth McNaughton will be joining us for that one. She is the CEO and clinical director of Comfort Keepers. So they both have some great resources to share with our community members. And then I wanted to let people know about a neat new program we're doing called Remember When, that our activities director, Beth Hadfield, is going to be the MC of this event. And it's just a fun come back to the center and talk about your memories of Plymouth from days past. We're going to focus on different parts of town. And this first session on Tuesday, September 1st at 3 p.m. will focus on the Cordage Park and North Plymouth area. So there's so many people that have some really great history stored away in their minds of back in the rope factory days and all of that. We'd love to get people to come, share their stories, reminisce, bring their memories and their photos from back in the day. So we hope people will join us for that free program. And then the last one I want to mention is our Autumn Harvest Lunch, which is, that's a paid program. It'll be $13.99 a person, but it's pretty amazing what our cafe staff puts out. It's a 3-course meal that'll be everything from roasted butternut squash bisque to they're going to have a braised chicken and poached pears and baked acorn squash. They do really an amazing food prep there. So that's something that people will be able to register for beginning September 3rd. It's a first-come, first-served, so we hold off and have a common opening date so that people that get the newsletter in all different ways online and in the mail can have a fair shot at that one. So these are all some of the things that are coming up for September, and people can call the center to find out more at 508-830-4230, or they can always go online on the website to plymouth-ma.gov, and they'll be able to access our full newsletter and see everything that's coming up for September and how to register.
Bernadette Denson has been with us this morning from the Center for Active Living in Plymouth, Cal. Thank you, Bernadette.
Thanks so much. Take care, Rob.
You too. And they join us on the final Thursday of every month. All right, traffic and weather update. Let's see what's going on here. 495 South, overturned truck, all 3 lanes blocked. 495 South at 95 in Mansfield. And the truck looked like it was carrying sand or dirt or something, and it's all spilled over the highway. They got a big truck there scooping it up, putting it into another dump truck. So all lanes are closed, and traffic's jammed back to Route 1A. And a lot of the traffic's being diverted to Route 1 in Plainville and 95 South in Mansfield. 495 South at 95 remains closed. The expressway northbound is heavy Adams Street to Southampton Street. Not too bad on Route 24. And Route 3 looks good along the South Shore. No big backups at the Cape Bridges. We had just a little bit of a delay reported Route 3 north near Long Pond Road in Plymouth. South Shore weather for today going to be nice. We'll have a high near 82. A lot of clouds around, but breaks of sun, a high near 82. Right now, 75. It's time now for the local artist, and we're going to turn it over to John Shea and find out what group he has for us today. John, who do we have for the local artist?
Thank you. The Thursday local artist of the day is Sam Luke Chase. Sam Luke Chase is out of Scituate, Massachusetts, and you can see him this Saturday opening up the Plymouth Waterfront Festival at 11 o'clock. For details on that, head over to cplymouth.com and find Sam Luke Chase on all streaming platforms. This is called Lost and Found from Sam Luke Chase, your Thursday local artist of the day, 95.9 WATD.
We got our hands full, not a minute to spare. We're working parents and we don't care about the little things. It's all little things. We just like to hear our little ones sing. Suddenly you're old and doing what you're told. Making a change is hard, no doubt, but you'll never grow if you don't. I've been looking in the lost and found, trying to find myself a peace of mind, something I can get a hold on to, something to help me through. Every time that I close my eyes, question everything about my life, and I know I'm bound to set sail, but I'm just afraid to fail. Time for vacations, working like a dog so we can pay those loans. But we got each other, and each other's all you need. And please, that's what they said on TV. Is my head stuck in the clouds, or did I never think it all through? If I could just sell one of these damn songs, and all my problems would be long gone. I've been looking in the lost and found, trying to find myself a peace of mind, something I can get a hold on
Sam Luke Chase, Lost and Found on 95.9 WATD, the South Shores radio station. Rob Hakala with the morning team with you till 10. Audrey Constant in the big midday show, 10 to 3 on WATD. That's just minutes away. We will be watching, of course, closely today as jurors are expected to begin deliberations today. We're going to be hearing closing arguments, the trial of the Duxbury mom, Lindsay Clancy, accused of murdering her 3 children. Will there be justice for them? ABC's Peter Haralambous has the story as jurors will have some options once the deliberations begin.
Jurors will have a few options once the deliberations begin. If they conclude, as defense lawyers have alleged, that Clancy was in the throes of postpartum psychosis and unable to differentiate between right and wrong, they could find Clancy not guilty by reason of insanity. She would then be sent to a state psychiatric facility. However, if they believe Clancy was aware of her conduct, they could choose between the crimes of first-degree murder, second-degree murder, manslaughter, or acquit entirely. Peter Haralambous, ABC News.
95.9 WATD News will have more on that as we go through the day, and more information happens once we hear the complete closing arguments, and then it will go to the jury for deliberations. And what will be decided? We'll have to be hearing more about that as we hear more about that with the closing arguments underway. All right, 95.9 WATD. We'll get to any final text messages. We've got a couple of shout-outs for some people here. We will do that coming up. So thank you to Kate and Greg and Jerry and Martha and 781 for checking in. And we'll go to the text line and read those before we wrap up. 781-837-4900 is the text line. 781-837-4900. The text line sponsored by Auto Shine Auto Body in Abington and Braintree. Traffic and weather. Route 3 on the northbound side. We're looking at good ride from Plymouth up in Braintree. Southbound not bad at the Sagamore. 25 east not too bad on the approach to the Bourne. 24 is clear. Raynham to Randolph. The expressway is still heavy east Milton to Southampton Street. And still dealing with a closure. Avoid the Mansfield area. Route 1 and 95, 495 as there's a large excavator now, a front end loader that's scooping up sand from the highway. 495 south at 95 in Mansfield. A big dump truck rolled over. It spilled the debris all across the travel lane. So 495 south at 95 in Mansfield is closed. All traffic is being diverted off either Route 1 in Plainville or onto the 95 south in Mansfield. Traffic's back to Route 1A on 495 south. Let's get the details now on your South Shore weather. WATD weather, sponsored by Hingham Lumber. Now's the time to build a deck of your dreams. Spend $2,000 or more on fiber on decking between now and September 30th and be entered to win a Weber SA325 Indigo Grill, courtesy of Hingham Lumber. And let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Rob Gilman.
We have some sun mixed with the clouds today. It's going to turn hot, a high of 82. The breeze will pick up later on, and you notice more humidity, especially going into tonight. Steamy, the hazy sky, the low 68. Tomorrow, quite humid. Clouds, a few sunny breaks, a shower, a thunderstorm in the area, especially late in the day and away from any sea breeze, a high in the low 80s. Saturday, beautiful, good deal of bright sunshine, low humidity, a high of 78. Sunday, sun mixing with a few clouds, a high of 83. For WATD, I'm meteorologist Rob Gilman.
Right now, 75 in Marshfield at the weather station, WATD.
Is it time? Is your deck showing its age? Whether you're a homeowner looking to upgrade or a builder searching for the best materials, it's time to discover fiber on decking at Hingham Lumber. Fiber on decking isn't just about great looks, it's about performance. Built to resist fading, staining, and mold, Fiberon offers a low-maintenance, long-lasting solution that stands up to the elements. No matter the size or scope of your project, you can imagine the possibilities when you have the expert advice from the team at Hingham Lumber. You'll review the wide variety of colors and finishes Fiberon offers to help you create a stunning outdoor space that will last. Whether you're installing a new deck or upgrading a current one, Let us help make it easy to achieve a beautiful, worry-free deck that looks great and performs even better. Visit Hingham Lumber today on Route 3A Cohasset or online at hinghamlumber.com and discover why Fiberon is the best choice for your deck project.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Did you know that driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal? Driving high will get you a DUI. And if you're wondering if law enforcement can tell you're driving high, well, everyone else can. Friends?
I can tell you drove high.
Parents?
I can tell when you drive high.
Relatives?
I can tell. You drove here high, didn't you?
So what makes you think law enforcement can't?
I can tell.
If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
The Marshfield Chamber of Commerce is bringing back the annual South Shore Lobster Fest, Saturday, September 19th from 12 to 5 at the Marshfield Fairgrounds. Celebrate the South Shore with great food, local vendors, live entertainment, and fun for the whole family. Check out the Seaside Marketplace, the Claw Club, and the Little Lobster Kids Zone. Take a stroll down Lobster Lane, shop local artisans, and discover businesses and organizations from the South Shore. Bring your appetite. Every food vendor will be serving their own lobster creation, and you get to vote for the festival favorite. Try the dishes, cast your vote, and help crown this year's winner. Break out your best lobster-inspired, nautical, or festival-worthy outfit for the Lobster Fest Best Dressed Contest. Get your pre-sale tickets at southshorelobsterfest.com/tickets and receive a raffle ticket. Tickets will also be available at the door, and kids 5 and under are free. That's Saturday, September 19th from 12 to 5 at the Marshfield Fairgrounds. Go to southshorelobsterfest.com.
There's an electricity in the air and on the ground in downtown Plymouth. This summer and all the way through the Thanksgiving parade, ride from the waterfront to the courthouse or travel all the way down Court Street for free. Simply download the Ride Circuit app on your phone and put in a request for a ride. Park once, ride free. Ride Circuit will pick you up and drop you off anywhere in the Plymouth Historic District. The all-electric vehicles save congestion, pollution, and plenty of hassle. Download the Ride Circuit app today and begin your Plymouth adventure. Sponsored by SeaPlymouth.com and Park Plymouth.
ABC Entertainment News.
What do you guys all know about this whole situation?
The ladies of Mom Talk are back for Season 5 of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and a new trailer teases what's in store.
We might have to have a little drama, which is on brand for Mom Talk.
The new season will premiere on Hulu on September 10th. Disney is the parent company of Hulu and ABC News.
Come one step closer and I will knock his teeth out.
The Once Upon a Time in Hollywood sequel, Cliff Booth, now has a newer, longer, official title, The Further Misadventures of Cliff Booth. The film will be directed by David Fincher and star Brad Pitt in the title role. It's coming to IMAX theaters on November 25th before premiering on Netflix on December 23rd.
I make my move.
Rupert Grint is heading back to Hogwarts. The actor will reprise the role of Ron Weasley in Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway next year. Grint joins the cast for 17 weeks starting on February 2nd. Michelle Franzen, ABC.
Hi, it's Ray Brown from the Talkin' Bird Show. Every Sunday morning, 9:30 to 10, here on WATD. The show is about bird watching in your backyard and beyond, and conservation, because if we don't protect our planet, we can't save our birds. We feature expert guests every week, and we give away some pretty nice prizes in our Mystery Bird Contest. It's Talkin' Birds, no G in talkin', Sunday mornings at 9:30, here on 95.9 WATD.
Ah, yes, some more Jim Croce, and thank you very much, Martha from Marshfield. She says it was so nice to hear a little snippet. Time in a Bottle from the late, great Jim Croce. Martha from Marshfield says it reminds us of things that used to be that we can't do anymore when we get older. And thanks again to Christine James in the WATD newsroom. She is great to hear, Martha from Marshfield. Also, a big shout out to our great... our big fans who watch us on the YouTube channel. That's Lord Hadaway back from vacation, who also loves Jim Croce. He's going to check out the video of Anthony, the intern from last week. You can watch live or later, WATD Radio on YouTube. And also to our great friend Tony Mendez from the Azores watching as well. Thank you, Tony. All right, let's see. Jerry from Scituate, she says, Christine and Rob, don't miss the Agriculture Hall, Aggie Hall at the Marshfield Fair with the produce exhibits and interesting information about farming and Daniel Webster and demonstrations on cranberry harvesting. Also, check out the giant pumpkins. Plus, at Aggie Hall, it's shady and cool. Thank you, Jerry from Scituate. Greg from Veterans Voice, Greg Brasso, says Veterans Voice is going to be at the fair Sunday, Veterans Day, so come on and say hello to the Veterans Voice crew at the Marshfield Fair on Sunday. 781 with a question for Dr. Hayes about Chinese food. Okay, I'll pass it on to the doctor. Thank you, 781. And Kate from Duxbury says Marshfield Fair is the best. Could we please give a shout out to fair parking attendant and retired PE teacher Doreen? Is it Doreen Giles or Giles? Doreen Giles? She volunteers the entire fair to raise money for Marshfield boosters. Doreen is the best. That's Kate from Duxbury. Thank you, Kate. Marshfield Fair, it's Children's Day. Gates open up at noon to 10 through Sunday, the Marshfield Fair. And don't forget, tomorrow we're going to be doing our live broadcast, Pilgrim Hall Museum. You can come down and watch the show live, and we'll have some fun tomorrow at 75 Court Street in Plymouth. So have yourself a great rest of your day. We'll keep you updated more on Lindsay Clancy and the Midday Report at noon. Audrey Constance up next. Talk to you tomorrow live in Plymouth.
That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. Didn't write no more. Didn't write no more. She left the gloom hanging round my front door.
The South